bit of Monday Night Raw, like they say in WWE. Lots of news actually coming out of Cyprus today. Actually, looking at the Cyprus Mail, there's been about 4 or 5 articles published just today. And a lot of it is to do with the United Nations. A lot of it is to do with Europe. There has been a new special envoy from Europe that's been appointed, which personally I've not seen before. So that's a bit unusual. That's something that could potentially be a good thing. Europe's obviously invested in this situation now. They're also invested in a solution. So it looks like there might be some pressure coming from Europe. There's going to be pressure from the United Nations. And it seems like there is some rumors that Cyprus will join NATO as part of the plan, which means that solves the guarantee problem. As a NATO country, we are entitled to have NATO training drills and bases, I guess. And as we all know, Greece and Turkey are in NATO. So, yeah, that's the rumors coming out of Cyprus right now. Neither the North or the South have acknowledged this as a proposal at the moment. I think there's just ideas being put on the table. But I think ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to be along the lines of a bizonal bicommunal federation, so it'll be a BBF. And that's how it's going to be, I guess. And I guess we'll hopefully get some more news on this very, very shortly. Will we have a solution by the end of the year? Apparently, people are feeling quite optimistic that we will. And I think we definitely will have a roadmap to a solution by the end of the year. The only question is, let's say that we get to a roadmap, we get to a referendum, which I don't think there will be, because this is too much of a big deal to put to the people, unfortunately. If both sides don't agree, then I think it would be over for the Cyprus issue. I think not only will we go back to square one, we might go back to square -1. And we can kiss goodbye to any type of solution. So that's another question as well. Should it go to a referendum? Because, I mean, the average person doesn't know much about the situation, as we've heard from these lives. And I don't know. I mean, you have to put the future in the hands of the people, but also you need to make sure that the solution is viable. And the people who are going for this solution are people who understand the situation. So it's quite a tricky question. Referendum is needed, I agree. It is a democracy. But at the same time, all the hard work that Europe's putting in right now and all the hard work United Nations are putting in right now, I don't think it will go to a referendum. I think it will go to probably the 2 leaders on the North and president on the South. They will discuss amongst each other and make a deal for their people. And obviously go out and make the best deal possible, given the situation. As I said earlier, it looks like most likely Cyprus will be joining NATO, which I think is a good thing. At the end of the day, I think we spoke about this many, many years ago. I can't read your name. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
English Mehmet?
That's right.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good, bro. What about you?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. Yeah, just talking about the Cyprus issue.
I'm from Cyprus.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Which part?
Don't ask me which part. I've only been once in my life, and it was last week for the first time.
You're joking?
I swear to
So
God.
you don't know where you went? Or you don't know where you're from?
Nah, I know where I went. I'm saying
Where'd
I
you
don't
go?
know where I know where I went. I'm saying I don't know where I'm from.
Okay. Where did you go?
I went to the Turkish side. I went to the Greek side. I went everywhere. I was out and about.
Wow, what the mate? And what do you think of the what do you think of Cyprus, first of all? and then tell me what you think about the situation on the Greeks and Turks.
Bro, it's sick. Cyprus is sick. I'll tell you. Yeah, I went for the first time. The Greek side is nice. The Turkish side is nice. It's all nice. I mean, it's a bit confusing when you're crossing the border. You cross the border, and when you're crossing to go to the Turkish side, you got the Turkish people that you have to get past. Yeah.
And you got checkpoints, haven't you?
Checkpoints, yeah. So you got the Turkish checkpoint when you're trying to go to the Turkish side, and then when on the way back, when you're coming back, you got the Cypriots that you have to get past. So you get past the Cypriot Turkish ones, and then after you get past the Cypriot Turkish ones, then there's the British that you have to get past.
Do
you get what I mean?
It's an absolute mess, isn't it? Like those checkpoints, although I know why they're there, I don't think they should be. But anyway, did you have any issues crossing, or were you all good?
Bro, just a little issue because I obviously used my passport. Okay.
Yeah.
So listen to this. I used my passport to cross the border. There's no problem. I went with my British passport, came back with my British passport. I didn't mix the Cyprus kimlik at all. Okay. Because obviously there's an army situation, and I haven't been to the army. Yeah. So when I'm crossing the border, when I'm crossing to go to the other side, I give my passport, and they're looking at my passport, and they're looking at my surname, and my surname is a Turkish surname.
Oh shit.
So they're turning around telling me, wait, are you from Turkey? Are you from Cyprus? And I was like, no. So when I say no, they can't do anything. So I crossed the first time, no problem. Second time, crossed, no problem. Third time by accident, I said yes. I'm Cypriot. I swear to God. So they made me stop. They were like asking bare questions. They didn't let me go past. So and my flight is the next day. Imagine, yeah.
Oh, mate. That's
so they were like to me, you can't pass, blah blah blah. And then they were like, in 10 minutes, our Vardia is going to change. So come back in 10 minutes. It's going to be different people there. I was like, okay, cool. Thank God for that. So I went like 10, 15 minutes later and I passed straight away. No problem. Thank God.
So what, do you speak Turkish and understand Turkish?
Yeah.
So do you speak to them in Turkish as well?
Nah, I wasn't even speaking to them in Turkish. I was speaking just English. So I heard them speak to each other saying the Vardia is going to change in 10 minutes. So that's why I was like, okay, cool. I'll go in 10 minutes.
That's quite lucky then, mate. You would have been in the army right now.
Nah, you know what? I don't even think they take you to the army because you got I think you can go there for like 30 days without them even being able to touch you or something like that. There's a rule, but still it would just complicate the situation, and I've got a flight the next day. I can't be bothered, bro.
Yeah, but you know how Cyprus is. They can pretty much do whatever they want or feel like. Depends if they like you or not, you know? If they think you're right, they'll let you go. If not, they might make your life difficult.
So what's this all about then? Will we have a solution? I don't know anything, bro. All I know is let me not get into politics, but
this is about politics, so you can get into politics, bro. This live is about politics.
Bro, if I get into politics, oh my God, there'll be FBI at my door in the next 10 minutes, I'll tell you.
We've spoken about pretty much everything you can imagine, mate. So, and then we're pretty sure the CIA is monitoring this live, so go for it.
Nah, I'm just wondering what.
I'm just joking, yeah.
You know, all I know is a lot of karışık şeyler olacak yani yakında.
I don't understand Turkish, right?
Oh, sorry, bro. All I know.
I'm a GC.
What does that mean?
Greek Cypriot.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Greek as well. Some of my family is Greek as well, the Turkish Greek.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, they're mixed.
Yeah,
mixed. But that's like a long way in my family line. Like not a long way. Like probably like the 4, 5 generations before me. So yeah, some of them are Greek because you know they lived together at one point. Yeah.
They've been living together for 500 years in Cyprus, right?
Oh, I was talking about our village where we're from.
Okay.
So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, all I know is a lot of mixed stuff is about to happen in Cyprus. I'll tell you that. A lot of.
What do you want to see? Because
I don't want to see anything, bro. I just want to like everyone get on, everyone make money, like just carry on with their lives. I can't be bothered with all this this and that and this and that. All I can tell you is
What do you think we can live together again?
Again, I think we're living together now.
I mean, without the checkpoints, without the beef, without the issues.
Hopefully, inshallah. Like, hopefully we can all live together, bro. I tell you,
do you think we can?
I don't know. Like, I hope we can. Like, I don't know if we. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think there should be an issue.
Do you have Greek Cypriot friends or?
Do I have a Greek Cypriot friends? No, I don't have Greek Cypriot friends, but obviously I was on the Greek side when I went over, and Greek people, they're nice, they're lovely, but they just don't like Turkish people. Do you get me? And it's like vice versa because of the history.
Man, what did they say something to you?
No, out of like not all of them, obviously. Out of like 6, 7 of them that I met, like 1, 2 of them were saying like bad stuff about them, Turks.
What bad stuff? Like, if you don't mind me asking.
Not just talking about the history and this and that. It was just a long thing. Like, talking about the history, what happened, and who's in the wrong, who's in the right. Like, this happened, that happened. Do you get me?
Yeah. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to tell who's right. As we know, a lot of things happen. But
Yeah, I like the Greek side though. I went over there for the first time. It was sick. I stayed at Radisson Blu near Larnaca.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
It was a lovely hotel, lovely infinity pool. It's in there with it. Yeah.
You flew directly, which is great. I mean, unfortunately, you flew directly, obviously, which is great. And unfortunately, you can't fly direct to the north. But like I said earlier, I don't know if you were listening, mate. I think a solution is around the corner. I think there's a solution coming very, very soon.
What do you think the solution is?
It's going to be a federation. It's going to be 2 constituent states, and then it's going to be 1 central government. It's going to be a bit like America.
Well, which government is that then?
Well, the central is going to be mixed, Greek and Turkish. And then the states are going to be in two states. So the north, I guess, and the south.
Yeah, but isn't it already like that?
It is, but at the moment, north isn't recognized. And you've got checkpoints on the island.
When you mean north isn't recognized, what do you mean by that?
You know, man, it's not recognized. Like, it's not recognized by the world.
Like, what is the south recognized by the world?
Yeah, it is. It's called the ROC. It's recognized by the world. It's got direct trade, direct flights.
So what makes
it recognized? Obviously, the north doesn't.
What makes it recognized? I don't get that. What makes it recognized?
What makes it recognized? That's a good question, mate, to be fair.
Do you get what I mean? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, look, it's a country. So look, for example, something's really small. I'll bring you in a minute. Actually, Joe Rogan, maybe you can answer the question.
No, I mean, actually, all of this is kind of new to me.
You like, as well.
So are you talking about Greece, the entirety of Greece being north and south, or?
No, Greece is a different country. I swear, am I wrong?
No, it is. Greece is a different country. Cyprus is an independent country.
Yeah, Cyprus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Cyprus?
Yes.
So there are a lot of Turks.
Isn't recognized.
I was actually in Turkey just last week in Antalya. Beautiful place.
That's where I'm from as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I lived there I'd say since I was 10.
So what's the issue in Cyprus? Like, what's the beef like between?
There's just a little separation: the Greek side and the Turkish side. And the Cypriot Turkish side. Let's say Cypriot Turkish side. Yeah, that's better. Sorry.
Are like Muslims allowed to follow their religion and stuff?
Yeah, everyone's allowed to do whatever they want. There's no issues about that. It's just I guess there's just a history between obviously the Greeks and the Turks, of course, of the history. So I think that history is just following on at the moment. I think it's just like, I'm not sure what's going on, but it's just a bit, a lot of stuff is going to happen soon, I think.
Yeah, it's a complicated history. It's a very complicated history, which, some people say started 100 years ago. Some people say it started in the 60s, some 50s. So let's assume it was from the 50s. Obviously, we had
really? I thought English it was way colony. Before that.
I mean, look, it depends who you ask, right? Some people will say Enosis was an idea in the 1800s, late 1800s. Some will say Enosis came in the 50s when we got independence from the UK, from the Brits. So, I don't know. Let's see if anyone's more... Look, you know what? Lenny does know the story. I'm going to let Lenny tell you while I have my kebab.
Bro, I have to bounce. I'll come back, though.
Cool. Yeah. Anytime you want.
All right.
You all right, Lenny? I'm going to let Jan take over.
What's happening? Rest off. You want that?
I'm just eating my chop shish.
Your what?
Chop shish. Have you ever tried it?
Bro?
You got to try it, man. Next time you go to a Turkish restaurant, ask them for a chop shish. It's like lamb shish, but better.
Oh, man. Chop shish.
Chop shish, yeah. COP shish.
Oh. No,
try it. You'll love it.
My favorite go-to is Iskender.
Iskender.
Yeah. I love it. It's just got everything you need, bro. It's got dona, it's got sarze, it's got fucking yaourtin, fucking bitan, it's got everything in there. How you doing, Janan?
Sorry, one sec. Yes. Hi, Lenny. You alright?
I'm alright.
Yeah.
That's it. We're getting the trolls already. What's a Turkish Cypriot?
Who's Turkish Cypriot?
No, I'm just saying the guy that put in the comments and he say, "What's a Turkish Cypriot?"
Well, he never heard of them, I guess.
Obviously he has, isn't it? But he's just being
Yeah, I know.
sarcastic.
I'm being sarcastic too.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? What is? We could tell by his picture that he's basically proper an Elgar fanatic.
Let me
Guys, you know Joe Rogan, he's not sure about the Cyprus issue. I don't know which one of you guys can explain it in like 60 seconds for him.
You want to try, Lenny?
If you can do it in 60 seconds, then you obviously know it
Say
pretty
it.
well.
Okay, you
Say
do
that
30,
again?
I do 30.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, the guy
You
below
tell
you.
the Greek side, I
Yeah.
tell the Turkish side. Or
Yeah.
you actually tell the Turkish side story and I tell the Greek side story. How about that?
He's not aware of the Cyprus problem.
Lenny. Hello?
Hello.
Lenny, you there?
Go on, Jan, you give it a go. You've been listening to this for about 2
Yeah,
years.
I know.
now.
But I just wanted to make something different. So I said, Lenny, you tell the Turkish side of the story and I tell the Greek side of the story.
Yeah, I mean,
Go
like,
on.
they don't know he doesn't know the Turkish problem, or he don't know what Turkish.
The whole Cyprus problem. He doesn't know the whole Cyprus problem.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Lenny, you still chewing, bro? Nah, bruv. Right now, you don't want to know. Do you know?
Okay, I tell Joe.
You tell the Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah. So basically, Greeks and Turkish fight, army fight,
We got
and then
beef,
the
fam.
island divided.
We got beef, fam.
The island divided into north and south.
Okay, wait, hold on. You're skinny.
Simplest way of explaining the problem without going into detail.
So wait, hold up. This guy. So I'm just looking at the comments. Sorry. He says his bio says native Cypriot, yet he don't know what a Turkish Cypriot is, and he's asking the question, bro. You're just a troll, brother.
Oh, what? Ro?
This guy, it's fucking, what's his name? I don't know. He's got his picture is like a war hero.
Oh, yeah. What is he saying?
Yeah, and he's laughing, isn't it?
Oh.
You don't know, bruv. I mean, bruv, I'll be honest with you, okay, yeah? You can't be, wait, hold up. You can't be coming out with chest now, okay, yeah? Chest and back foot and fucking saying, what's this, what's that? And you're just hiding behind a fake profile. Come in the box, bruv. Come in the box, let's talk, innit? Do you know what I mean? What are you hiding behind? What are you hiding behind that account with chest and back foot, okay, yeah? And you're saying you're a Badriodin as well, but you're not really a Badriodin because you're hiding like a little coward. So basically, what you are like the Brodotes that used to hide behind like the cowards, and then basically just do you know what I mean? Traitor, bruv. That's what I'm saying. I love trolling the trolls.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you think, Rojo? Are you still there?
Who's Rojo here, man?
That guy below you.
Oh man, yeah, that explanation like just helped me so much. So there's a north and a south.
Oh wait, hold up. Oh shit, I thought you were fucking Joe Rogan shit. I thought you wait, hold up. So yeah, alright then, cool. So there's a north and south, okay, and there's obviously, if you want to get really technical, we have guarantor powers of Greece. They have guarantor powers of Turkey. I don't agree with either of them guarantor powers, though, to be fair. You know. Then obviously Greece wants Cyprus, isn't it? It's one of them ones. Turkey thinks Cyprus is belongs to Turkey and Greece, vice versa. So basically, they've been beefing. Basically, cut long story short, they've been beefing for time.
So basically, Cyprus is the child of Greece and Turkey,
Yes.
and no one wants to give up.
Okay,
Yeah, so
so you cut the long story short. I'll introduce myself then. Hello. The
Hi.
moon, I believe the moon is made out of cheese. I believe 3/4 of the world is
Yeah, we got
surrounded by ocean.
calls tonight.
I believe Princess Diana was unalived by Prince Philip. I believe 9/11 was an inside job. I
What has
believe
that got to do with Cyprus?
that Paris is the country of love. I believe
I believe you've been eating too much magic mushrooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, carry on, Lenny.
Yeah, so basically, Royal Jogan, okay, basically, so they had beef all this time, then obviously,
So basically, let me start it right. So it was Ottoman time. During Ottoman time, Ottoman took over the island, then gave it to Brits to lease it for however long, I don't know. And then when Cypriots wanted independence, Greeks from Greece came and fought Brits, and they got their independence. So because there was Turks already living there among with Greeks together, it's supposed to be the power was supposed to be shared among two nations. However, that didn't happen, and Turkish Cypriots was how do I say it, Lenny? Turkish Cypriots had to leave their home because of Elgabi, which is not it's a terrorist organization. It was unalive in Turkish Cypriots. And then Turkey got involved, and Turkey said, you need to get rid of Elgabi or I'm coming to Ireland. And then Elgabi was also unalive in Greek Cypriots who did not agree to unalive Turkish Cypriots. Then Turkey came and war happened. A lot of Greek Cypriots got unalived. Cyprus, like Lenny said, got power between Greece, Britain, and Turkey. So now it's divided into two. Turkish Cypriots went to Turkish side, north, and Greek Cypriots stayed in the south. That's it. You still there?
Jan, you got some comments saying, do you view GCs and TCs as the same people? Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just eating my kebab because man's kind of hungry.
Oh, I didn't see that comment.
Yeah, so look, Joe Rogan, cut it short. There's been an issue for about 60, 70 years in Cyprus, mate, and it's divided at the moment, and we're trying to find a solution. So if you've got any ideas on how we can, be peaceful with each other, put it in the comments. I'm guessing you're not from Cyprus, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're from...
Sounds like just 50-50.
What are you, like, American or... Joe? Hey, he doesn't know. He doesn't know where he's from.
Yeah, you sleeping, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Joe Biden's a good one. Look, we got a new... I don't know if it's a new guy on the top right. I don't know what his name is.
God bless. How you doing?
Yeah, good. What's up, man?
I'm fine. I was just curious about. I left my question in the comments.
What was it?
What's the question?
I don't know if it got censored because I wrote it once. It didn't come through. I had to rewrite it. I said, do you view Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots as the same people?
Everyone have their own opinion. Everyone allowed to have their own opinion. That's what we call democracy, right? To me, they are the same people, and they share Ireland for many, many years. They've been sharing it. And when you look at the DNA or family history of a Greek Cypriot, you will see a Turkish Cypriot along the line, and vice versa. You will see a Turkish Cypriot having a Greek Cypriot in the family.
Yeah.
So they are one big family to me.
Would you agree that one has to come prior logically?
Well, that's the whole island. That's the whole logic. Like you
No,
can't
like
change
logically one comes prior, yeah?
who comes prior.
In what way do they come prior? In terms of population or in terms of how long they've been on the island?
Well,
Yeah.
let's go by like the 15th century when the Ottomans came. There was people who inhabited the island, yeah.
Yeah, they were Venetians. They were
That's the people
Venetians.
who.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the people who own the island. We haven't seen no genetic imprint of Phoenician DNA left in the island.
But it was Eastern Roman, right? That's why the Turks call us Rum. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Eastern
they're
Roman.
identified as Roman, right?
Yeah, it was a will of Byzantium, let's say. I think that's what the Ottomans saw when they came to the island. Hence why
Yeah.
even today we've researched this after 500 years. The Turks still call Greek Cypriots Rum. So what were we before that? I mean, how far back do you want to go, man? Do you want to go back a million
No,
years?
for
I
me,
think the
like,
first
do you want
inhabitant
me?
was from
sorry, go on.
Anatolia. Sorry, it was people from Anatolia many years ago. So probably Byzantine time, maybe before. I don't know.
Yeah, no, sorry, should I give like my position?
Yeah,
of
please,
course.
yeah.
So I believe that Cypriots are Eurasian people. The predominant of their DNA is Anatolian Levantine. I do believe that when the Ottomans come over, I do believe many women came over. The reason why there's a study that shows that Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots share a maternal ancestor prior to Ottoman migrations. So it shows that most likely, using a logical thinking, it shows that Turkish Cypriots most likely are just Greek Cypriot Muslims. Because if we look at their DNA, there's not a real distinction between these people because they both have the same genetic composition.
That makes sense if we go back in time. But what's your background?
But I don't believe Greek Cypriots are like heavily Greek. They're more Levantine people. They only have roughly about 10 to 15% Greek DNA.
Most people I know that have done a Cypriot DNA test
Yeah.
has been completely mixed. There's
No,
not one.
I'm referring
There's
to a
multiple.
genetic composition of the DNA. I'm not referring to like modern day ancestry. Ancestry is just going to say that when doing a DNA test for a Cypriot, they can't tell the difference because the DNA is not far from identical. That's why you need ancient DNA to understand who these two people are.
So I have a question on the DNA.
Would you say, sorry?
I had a question on the whole DNA and tracing back people. So if people identify themselves as Turkish or Ottomans, so if Ottomans ruled that island for a long time and people converted to Islam, I mean I would say that it belongs to them, right? And if it didn't, like it depends on how you identify yourself right now. It doesn't matter what your DNA was, how back, if you want to trace back a million years or like it doesn't. I don't know how that logic works. That if your DNA traces back to a certain ethnicity, then you have more right over a certain land. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
that
then again,
logic follows.
with the ideology, when you look at the DNA, everyone DNA and ancient DNA, who was there first, then America should be given back to Brits because Brits discovered it, right? Australia
That's
should be Britain.
exactly my point. Is that shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
Wait, Rogan, like, what's the problem with saying that we should give the land back to the natives?
The issue is that how the issue with that logic is like how back you want to trace, like how far do you want to go tracing back
First
DNAs.
settlers came 500 years ago.
The Turkish.
No, we're talking about United States of America.
Yeah. So, but if people settle in certain land and there's organically, people change from one ethnicity to the other, it's an organic change that happens, and people identify themselves, they convert, they adopt new culture. So This whole
This,
idea of like tracing back to claimed land, I don't agree with that.
but what you're talking about ain't mutually exclusive with Cyprus. Native Americans were G-sided. When the Europeans went over there, they forced Catholicism, a Christian denomination, on them.
Guys, just
Why-
so we're all aware, this is a Cyprus live, so if we can keep it on the Cyprus topic,
Sorry,
that would be.
I apologize.
but-
Alex. I don't know how we got onto the natives.
Yeah, but natives came in from Russia, right? So you want to like kick them out from that as well, and it's like you got to go back to Alaska.
Native Americans come from A&E population that traces back 19,000 years ago. That's not relevant.
Top right.
Let's just stick with the topic that the host.
Yeah, let's stick in Cyprus. And top right, I'm guessing you've got a Greek background, yeah?
Like in a sense, sure, if that's what you want to say.
Okay. No, because you seem to know a lot about the Cyprus issue. And yeah, I guess you're either Greek or Turkish if you know that much about it, but then you might just be interested in the topic, so.
Yeah, no, I'm genetically two Finns, or three Finns. Yeah.
What are they?
My father is genetically Greek Cypriot.
Genetically, yeah?
Yes. When I've uploaded his DNA and my DNA, it matches exactly to Greek Cypriot. The reason why Greek Cypriots have a tiny bit more Anatolian farmer, Turkish Cypriots have 1 to 2% African DNA, down to the Ottomans bringing over African slaves to Cyprus.
That's interesting. I've not heard of that one.
Something new. Yeah, I never had that.
Yeah.
Having African slaves in Cyprus.
Yeah, if you have a look, there's a community today still in Cyprus. They're called Afro-Cypriots. They look like normal Cypriots, like Turkish Cypriots or Greek Cypriots. They've changed very much in the last 300 years. They still view themselves as descendants of Africans. And yeah, the reason why Turkish Cypriots mixed with them, most of them were Muslims when they came over, because they was of like a Sudanese background. So that's why Turkish Cypriots have that 1 to 2% African admixture. That's what makes the DNA not exactly identical, but nearly identical. That's why Ancestry can't really tell the difference between Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots.
Wow, very interesting. And I did not know that before. Okay, what kind of solution do you want in the island? I don't know how to say your name. Sorry.
I think the island should be unified. I think there should be a government which is beneficial for both people. I don't see how such an island is going to be benefiting from the way it is at the moment. The island needs to be unified, but the problem is, and I know for a lot of people they don't like talking about religion, but religion does come down to it, because I know many Greek Cypriots who wouldn't want a leader to be a Sunni Muslim. And I fully understand from the Sunni Muslim side, they wouldn't want a Christian leader. So maybe
I think many Turkish Cypriots are not Sunni Muslims.
Well, you're saying that Islam is
Even in Turkey mainland, a lot of people are secular. Like they believe in religion. Don't get me wrong, but they are more modern.
Respectfully, Mike, the island of Cyprus is built around religion. We can talk about the history if you want. From the time that Barnabas was sent to the island is literally, even Cypriot names, the distinction between Greek Cypriot names and mainland Greeks, Greek Cypriots base their names on biblical names.
There is a strong association with that, yeah, with Christianity, of course. But there's also a strong connection with Islam as well.
Yeah, well, look.
I don't think Cyprus is a circular country anyway.
No, I think religion in Cyprus, I do believe are you a Turkish Cypriot?
No.
Oh, you're not?
Turkish.
Oh, you're from mainland Turkey?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I do know, like, because I have a few people I know from mainland Turkey. I know religion's a little bit secular there, but when I was in Cyprus recently, are you aware of the borders at Lefkosia when you go through?
What, Ledras, the palace? The one that you walk?
The walking one?
It's about 10 minutes from, the big bus station?
No.
Yeah.
When you go through, you hear the Finn playing out the mosque, the prayer to call. So we can see that Islam is a very like important part of a Turkish Cypriot's like culture, because I believe religion and culture can be interchangeable.
Yeah, religion in both sides, I think, like everyone believes in it. I'm not saying no one believes in it. Both side people do believe in it, but I don't see both side, neither side, being fanatic about the religion.
Yeah, same thing
Oof.
over here. The religion about Cyprus is no an issue. It's just a two-state federation or two-state solution between the Cypriots and the North and us and the Turkish Cypriots. That's pretty much it.
But a two-state solution? I mean, that's not. I don't think that's going to work. If we have
I mean,
two
think about it, man.
separate states.
Regarding towards how many wars they had between them, and still nothing has been fixed already. And what's it been already? 50, 60, maybe going on 70 years so far, and still nothing has been changed since 74.
Yeah, the last war was 74,
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
nothing's changed because there's been no agreements. And to be fair, Cyprus has never really been a priority to the world. People are very happy to leave it as it is. It benefited a lot of people, including Turkey. You know, the situation is good for Turkey because they get to have like a offshore bank account, which they call Cyprus. Europe obviously doesn't really care until now because the region is changing. 50 years ago, Cyprus was just a holiday island, right? It wasn't it wasn't really doing what it's doing today, you know?
Yeah,
Hosting the Brits.
Are there any
Recon.
natural resources? Is it like inherently
That's what I mean.
valuable?
There's natural resources now in Cyprus. There is gas that has been discovered, and this is why things are changing in Cyprus, and people are starting to care about it.
North or south?
I think there's
South, I would say.
both, but I think the current one is in the south. But they say that there could be around the whole island. So,
Host, I have a question. Like, seeing as we're talking about this, I have like, if the island's unified, would you be up to deporting the Turkish people who came in 1974? Because they have no genetic continuity to the island. So I feel like they would have to be deported, but the Turkish Cypriots would obviously stay. Because
I would
they
say
have that.
definitely not. They shouldn't be deported because there's people that were born there in 74.
Yeah.
People who are born there in 1980 and 90, and that's their home. It's like saying to us, because it sounds like you're from England, I'm from England, but our parents came from Cyprus, and asking us to get deported. You know,
this is very different, and I'll tell you why. After the 74 war, over 300,000 Anatolian Turks were brought over. These people have no cultural link to Cyprus. Their genetics are very different. If we're going to put Cyprus first, shouldn't we do our best to preserve Cypriot identity and Cypriot genetics?
So the child of the doctor who came, let's say, in 1974, yeah? Is he not a Cypriot, being born on the island, raised on the island, and obviously inherited the culture of the island? Is he not a Cypriot person? Because then you're going to say, maybe we can deport their parents, but then human rights come into play and says you can't deport parents of children and grandchildren and probably great-grandchildren now that are being born on the island. 70 years later, 53 years later, you've probably got at least 2 generations, maybe 3 on there. So they don't have any rights?
1 second, I'm just replying to the comments.
Yeah, I'm curious to know because it is a sticky subject that we always get stuck on, but it's actually a very simple subject.
Sorry, say that one last time. I apologize, I weren't listening.
No, it's all right. I said that there's at least 2 or 3 generations of people who are born in Cyprus from Turkish settler parents who have grown up in Cyprus as a Cypriot person. Because you are born in a country that makes you from that country. I'm not saying that their ethnicity or background is Cypriot, but they've grown up there. That's their home. So how are we supposed to remove people from their homes? Or even if you do, how are you going to do it ethically?
Very simple. These people that are in the land are not Cypriot. What do you believe the etymology is of being Cypriot? Do you think it's a cultural thing like being British?
Am I English?
Huh?
Am I English? I wouldn't call myself English. I would call myself British, but not English.
I don't know you. I don't know what you are. Sorry. I think you
Well,
said
my parents are Greek
when I
Cypriot.
joined. I don't think you actually said sorry.
Yeah, I'm a Greek Cypriot, so both my parents are from Cyprus, but I was born in England.
Okay.
So that makes me British, but not English, because my ancestors or heritage comes from Cyprus.
Isso é inglês escasse. Isso é Charles.
We're
In inglês
all Charlois here, mate. We're all Charlois.
But yeah, no. These people, you ask what I believe should happen to them or what should be done about
Yeah,
them.
what do you think? How do you? So if you say that they shouldn't be there, how are you going to do it ethically?
It's very simple. When they came over in '74, we just paid them to go back.
What the
That
people
these
born there?
people,
Yeah, that was in 74.
Yeah, even
Times
if-
changed already. It's done.
even if someone's born in the land, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're part of the land. They have no genetic link to the land. It's the same. It's the same for you. Were you born in
Isn't
England?
that against all human rights? And when you are
But
part
mate,
of
if
the
someone was born in 1975, that makes them 53 years old today.
Okay,
You're
let me
gonna go
ask you a question.
53-year-old to go back to a country he doesn't know.
Well, he's not from that country. This is the same thing that needs to happen to the people in Israel. Those people are born there today. They're not part of that country. They need to go back to their own country that they're genetically from.
And what if that country
Yeah,
doesn't?
man, but you gonna ask everyone to move back into Turkey, and that's
No, not everyone, not everyone. Just the ones who came over. The Turkish Cypriots are part of the island. They have the same culture as Greek Cypriots. They have the same genetics as them. The only difference is a linguistic thing.
Bro,
That's
you
irrelevant,
came across so intelligent. I don't know why you're going down this road right now, man.
All right, bro.
This is the truth, because
All right. What you're saying is the truth. You claim, yeah. Then that's not the terms that they're willing to negotiate on. So, are you willing to lose half of Cyprus to stick with that way of thought, or are you willing to bend your way of thinking to see if we can come to some common ground to reunite the island? Because what you're saying, I hear what you're saying. I know where you're coming from. There's a degree of sense in what you're saying. It ain't happening. They're not going to go back. We're not going to be able to send all the settlers back. So,
Mike, can I ask you a question? If
Yeah, go on.
300,000 mainland Greeks came over now to Cyprus, do
They're
you not
there,
think
man. They work. The
you not think-
Galamanas are there, man.
No, but
working in the hotels, they're everywhere, mate. They're working in the bars.
No, but I
We've
know,
got
but even if we had 300,000 mainlanders come over, I think we should send them back. They're not from the land.
Yeah, but bro, we've got 300,000 Ukrainians, Russians, and British.
These people need to go back as well. Like,
That's a completely different thing, though. If someone came
Hey,
tomorrow,
why
listen,
don't you
listen,
that's
listen.
fine. But if someone was born there,
This is
You
the
love
same.
somebody like Gilead, you're saying they got to go back. Then we got to fucking go back as well. They're going back there. We going back. When we booking
Yeah, but
our-
you don't know my other admixture. I could be English, so like I have a claim to this
Oh,
land.
you got, yeah, but Cypriots have every right to be in England because we was a crown British colony. That's
No,
why
I
we're
know
here.
that. I know that. From 1878, I'm aware. Listen, this isn't like this isn't some like hate against Turkish people. I believe. Look, has anyone been to the south recently? Like within
You
the,
didn't answer the question.
Yeah,
Would you
most
be
of
willing
us.
to bend in your style?
I can't hear
The
you.
problem
Sorry.
is the Russians.
Mbappe, you're talking. You got a background noise. I just had to mute Mbappe. Go on, Mike.
Yeah.
Mbappe, take it easy on England on Sunday, man. If we,
Go on, Mike.
Isn't it Argentina? Oh, anyway,
would you be willing? Yeah, I know, but we're beating Argentina going to the final.
Damn.
Chad Louis worldwide, bro. Would you if we was willing to negotiate with them and say, listen, we'll make an arrangement to have some settlers stay if we can reunite the island? You wouldn't be willing to bend for that, or would you be
how
willing to
many?
go
How
out
many
and
would
hit one?
stay?
We won't accept one mainland settler. You need to go and watch.
No. I'm not being
Right.
intellectually
I'm
dishonest. I
going to tell
just
you
said.
something. You need to go. You need to go watch a podcast with Fideas, and he done a podcast with the chief negotiator of the Turkish Cypriots. I forgot the gentleman's name.
Wait,
and
Mike, I just asked you a question because you gave me a proposition and I'm asking back.
yeah, because you don't have enough experience on what the solution is going to look like.
No, you've just asked me. You just gave me a proposition, and
How many is gonna stay? All right.
I'm
Okay,
agreeing to it. I'm
all right.
saying, what is the percentage we are sending back?
Well, let's say if there's 500,000 on their side,
Yeah.
let's say 180,000 are Turkish Cypriots,
Yeah.
and some have intermarried and mingled, etc. Let's say we're going to send back 100k.
Okay. The ones that have intermarried with Cypriots, their offspring would have Cypriot DNA, so they can stay.
So we're going to say, okay, so we're going to make a deal. Turkey's going to take 100,000 of them back. We're going to pay them to go because these people might have come here for working or something like that. But you need to bear in mind, all of the Turks that are over there in Cyprus, they're not all there long term. Not every single Turk that's in the Turkish side of Cyprus is there on a long term basis. A lot like the Greeks who are in Cyprus, they come over for work, they work for a couple of years, and they go back. So
Yeah, no, I know. But yeah, I would agree to 100,000. But not once we've done them, then we've got something even more happening. The
Bro,
respect.
we're talking about innocent people here. You guys know that, right? I mean,
It's irrelevant whether they're innocent or not. They have nothing to the land.
no, I think in the negotiations,
Respectfully, you're from the land. Your ancestors.
the only way this can work is if there's a cutoff date somewhere in the close past, let's say 5 years ago, when the negotiations started in 2017, because a lot of people knew there's going to be a solution. A lot of people who came to Cyprus knew that maybe one day they might need to return back because obviously it's a divided island. And the only way it would work is if it was, let's say, cut-off day today. Anyone who comes after today will not be allowed to stay. And then you go down the route of the only people allowed to have an actual passport are the ones who have a connection to the land. And then everybody else gets a residency or a visa that is indefinite. That's the only way you can do it ethically without removing people from their homes. And I think people who are born there, even if you're from settler parents, I think they should have some rights to the land because they were actually physically born there and grew up there. And they're probably more Cypriot than we are.
But so your ancestors who built this land up from its ground, you want to give it away to people who came over there in 1974, basically. That's what you're saying.
I could say, look, what's happened. Do you understand? You can't cry about spilt milk. This is the situation we're in now. I know what we wanted to happen and what we wished didn't happen. Unfortunately, this is where we are now. Do you understand? So we can't look at it. We're going to have a BBF. If anything happens in terms of resolution, it's going to be a BBF, which is going to be 2 states, 1 government. So we're going to have to give up a little bit. We've got to do give and take. That's how we're going to get to a solution.
That's why I fully gave into your proposition. What you said, I fully agreed with it. You're not being dishonest. 100,000, that's fine. We send them back. Then after that, who's
There's
the
still going to
second?
be 400,000 of them, no?
Huh?
There's still going to be 400,000 Turks and Turkish Cypriots coming over.
No, the Turkish Cypriots are not the problem. The Turkish Cypriots are Cypriot people. They're not the problem. And after them, then the Jays need to be kicked out. I can't say their name.
100.
If anything, these people are worse.
The Russians,
we know about the Russians.
The Russians did go to the Turkish side. A lot of them did sort of leave the south and gone to the Turkish side.
They're thingy in money laundering, by the way.
Guys, whoever came to Cyprus legally, right, through whatever way, whether visa or golden visa or golden passport, whatever, they're there legally. There's nothing you can do about them, man.
Yeah.
The Russians are money launderers.
It's international law, like
They're all money
migration would say.
laundering. You think the Greeks ain't taking a cut of that money laundering? Come on, man. Let's not
Yeah,
talk
but we
about-
know they're all snide over there. But the point is, when it comes to after deporting
Russian
the Jays,
pigs.
the Russians need to go as well in Limassol. And after them, this is what I was saying before. Mike, have you been South Cyprus recently?
I haven't been for about a year. But listen, when you're saying send the Russians back, what, the ones that they've got residency and they've got their passport and they've had their children born in Cyprus, you want to send them back?
Yes, without a doubt.
Yes, I agree with you.
What?
the hell are
Without
you
a
asking
flying
me?
doubt.
This is fantasies, what you're telling me, Regumbane. This
Mike.
is not based in reality.
But
not
it
Is
might
that what
not be based.
Russians?
But Mike, listen.
What civilized Western country in the world does that to people?
No, but you have to understand the reason why my mindset is like this. Cyprus is a small island. I want to preserve the history, the culture, and the genetics of the Cypriot
Okay, so
people,
what if the English
both Greek
turn around
and
to-
Turkish.
Okay, so
In the
what
next
if
couple of years, there's going to be all Russians in Cyprus.
I don't look respectfully, and I'm not saying this to
No, we've got
anyone.
to stop the ones coming in now, but we can't get rid of the ones that are already here and have got their passport. We can't undo what's already been done. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, going forward, stopping them coming, I agree, but we can't just wave a magic wand and make them disappear. That's like the Inglesi coming to all the Cypriots in London saying, listen, you're not genetically English. We want you to go back. Here's 40k.
Last year I went to
Listen, if
Iskele
the
and there
old
was no
look-
Turks.
JTL, what country do you live in, if you don't mind me asking? JLT, sorry.
Hold on. I think Mbappe said there's no Turks in Iskele.
When I went to Iskele, no, listen. When I went to Iskele last year, there was Turks, yeah, but there was also mostly Greeks, not Greeks, Russians and British. It was
So are
mostly.
you TC? Are you Turkish Cypriot, Mbappe?
I'm half Turkish Cypriot, half Turkish.
Are you there? It's an interesting mix.
What's wrong with having Russians in Cyprus? They contribute to
They're
the
money
country. They pay
gambling.
their
They're money
tax.
gambling.
No, John.
Well,
Like the Russians are not even the problem. Like economically, they do provide a lot, but there has to be a certain like number of people we're taking in. Because respectfully, I think everyone on the panel lives in Britain. Britain's gone down
Do you live in
Huh?
What about the
Britain,
Russians? What
JLT?
about all the refugees that are coming into Cyprus? The streets are filled with Syrians all over the gaff. You're talking
Listen,
about the
these need to go back as well.
Yeah, but we can send them back because they're not getting citizenship. The Greek Cypriots are not giving them citizenship. So that people that don't have their citizenship, yeah, they don't have their passport, yeah, we can send them back. Not the people that have got their citizenship and their passport. That's what I'm saying to you.
No, look, I fully agree. Look, Mike, I went South Cyprus recently and I'm going there next month. After my trip to America, I plan on going there for 2 weeks for my Yaya's birthday. When I went to the South, has anyone been to Larnaca within the last year to 2 years?
Yep.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
respectfully,
There's
I
no
hope-
Greek people there.
I hope no one takes offense when I say this. It's like New Delhi.
There's a lot of Muslims there.
No, it's not even the fact they're Muslims. I don't care about them being Muslims. It was
A lot
like
of them are Lebanese from
No,
different
but-
parts of the Middle East. Yeah, I know what
Are
you're
you
going to
talking
say.
about
Mike,
the
it was like
airport?
New Delhi there. I didn't
Are
see
you talking
Guys,
about the
that's a
airport?
misconception.
Right there.
That's a misconception. I know what you mean because I was in Larnaca 2 years ago and I did see basically on a Sunday you're probably talking about.
No,
They do gather by Larnaca, but that's a misconception because that's like all the Indian people who live
okay,
in
let me
Larnaca
just tell you where I was.
gather
Does any-
together.
do
But
you
they're
know
there
Fit-
to work. Like, if you don't want them, then don't bring them to do your donkey work, like cleaning the house and looking after your child. That's it. No offense
Respectfully,
to
I'd
anyone.
never let them in my house.
No, not you. A lot of Cypriots do that because they
Well,
pay
it's
them
not good, yeah.
They're
minimum wage.
backwards.
Tell
This
you
is my point. Cypriot people are backwards.
Yeah, but
They're
bro,
not
you know
backwards.
that you're talking about Arab people. You know,
No, Mike, it's not the Arabs.
You know how nice Arab people are. I don't know if you've ever interacted with these people. They're some of the nicest people you ever meet in your life, bro. They won't let you go to their house and let you leave without food or drink. So you've got misconceptions about people, and you're too hung up on the whole religion thing. You've got to realize,
Mike, I haven't even said the religion. I just told you, and I'll say it again. When I went there to Finadroys Beach, I was there last month. No, sorry, not last month. In May, I was there for 11 days. When I was there, there's an immigration office built right where Lazarus Church is. When I walked down the street, I saw a Ukrainian woman. I see Lebanese. The Lebanese are fine. Lebanese and Cypriots get along very well. They're not a problem. But I just see all Indians, and I didn't even barely see Cypriot people.
So are you worried about regulated migration or regulated immigration?
I
coming
think
to
that
Cyprus?
my problem is if they come over and work, fair play to them. But I think they're gonna end up staying here
No, but
permanently.
they're working though. They're in the immigration office to get work.
The Greek Cypriots don't give out that passport easy, man. I know stories of people that have been refugees in Cyprus for 8-9 years and they can't get their papers.
You need to put down 2 million, I think, as a foreigner to get a passport.
No, it's free. I got mine for free.
Bro.
Yeah, but you got
Let's not
Cypriot
be
heritage,
like that,
Mbappe.
They might be there. They might have working status. They ain't getting their ID. They're not getting their passport, bro.
Unless you got
Watch
Cypriot
within a few
heritage.
years, Mike.
A lot
You're
of
gonna
them-
see.
85-90% of the migrants who pass through Cyprus, they end up leaving. They're not come to the ones that have, say, come illegally, etc. You think their end destination is Cyprus, bruv?
By the way,
No,
Mbappe,
Cyprus
how old
police
are you?
check people visas, and if they don't have visa, if their visa run out, they deport them back.
Yo, sorry, one second. Mbappe, how old are you, man? Because this is an 18 plus.
I think he's about like 14, 15.
Oh, if he's 14, I'm going to have to drop him. Can you confirm your age, Mbappe? That's a shame because I'd love to hear from a
He's
Turkish
getting ready.
citizen.
He's getting ready for Spain tomorrow, man.
Is he Googling what year he was born? Oh, bloody Lord, Mbappe.
Bruv, listen, bruv. He was there in 74.
Yeah, if I can't confirm his age, I'm going to have to drop him.
Mbappe?
Mbappe. Kylian.
How old are you? What you did? Show me your ID card.
He's doing his homework, man.
Were you googling?
Mainda gamni re. Kida turun re. Namuna gamni.
He's showing us the J's.
Yeah, but he hasn't told us his
Yeah,
age, so I'm gonna have to
really,
get. I'm sorry, Mbappe, you
Yeah,
haven't
that was
told us
enough
your
to
age.
get. That was enough to get rid of him anyway.
But Mike, when they settle on the island, when they come over and they move over it, and within 30 years Cyprus is looking like how England looks, then you're gonna have a massive problem then.
Yeah, but bro, when we're talking about the problem with Cyprus, and the Mizbuftel, man, as well, like our hands aren't clean. We help lead to this point. You understand? This is our fuck up as well. Yeah, what happened? You can say we got invaded, etc. But do you never look at the hand that we played in getting to this shit show?
What would that be? Tell me.
Well, do you think that we behaved the best?
I know what Mike is saying. It's not what we did; it's what we didn't do. That's what Michael's trying to say. Yeah, because
why didn't we get the Turkish Cypriots, bring them closer to us, make sure they're well protected? You know, the Turkish Cypriots had it difficult. They were living in enclaves. They were run out of villages by Oga. We made mistakes as well, bro.
But Mike, what do you expect when for over 400 years, what these people done?
Yeah, I understand.
Not done. Wait.
But
Done
what
not
have they
just
done?
to us. And also what they've done to the Balkans. My partners from Albania, what they've done, they took Janissary.
I know all of this. You ain't got to tell us. No. Sorry, I know you ain't been on these lives before. You ain't got to tell us this.
Okay, but why should I feel anything for these people who rape nuns, rape children?
Okay, all right. Listen, there's some truth in what you're saying, but why did we agree to a republic then? We agreed no NOCs and we agreed to a republic. We sat down and agreed to that with Britain, with Greece, with Turkey. You know, we agreed to that shit. And we went back on our, all right, it wasn't directly our government. We got overthrown by an illegal junta from Greece, who were funded by the CIA, by the way. But either way, this shit happened. You know, it became a shit show.
I'm just curious.
Mike, just saying, Εμείς είχαμε πολλούς προδότες, man, on our side. Ο Κεραυνός ήταν προδότης. Do you know what I mean? We had loads of προδότες, and also our hands weren't clean. Forget about the Ottomans and the Janissaries. I know that. Mad atrocities that the Ottomans done, 100%. But we're talking about the Turkish Cypriots now. The Greek Cypriots.
I'm not muting you, JLT, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'll be honest, the Greek Cypriots are coming πολλά και εμείς, man. You know what I mean? There's kelledes που κόφκαμε εμείς, okay, και βάλαμε μες στα wishing wells, okay, in like the wells, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's plenty. I know stories about how you know what I mean, the Gibrei went to like a Turchikon Horkon before it was like before it was the line. It was mixed, but there was mainly Turkish villages as well. You know, and I know a story where some Giberon got a tractor and just basically ran over about 70 Turkus. Do you know what I mean? And burned them alive and buried them alive. So literally,
Lenny, I want to just bring it back to JLT because he was on a roll, and I want to ask him what he thinks the Ottomans done that was so terrible to the Greek Cypriots. This could be another misconception, mate, because a lot of Greeks, including myself, had that wrong opinion. So I want to know what you think the Ottomans done wrong.
Well, from the beginning or until like 1878?
Well, from the beginning, I guess. You said that they've done so many wrong things. What have they done? I mean, we still speak Greek on the island, which means they didn't completely wipe us out. We still have churches, which we've had for many hundreds of years.
You know, the church,
close them.
that wasn't going to be my route, but I'll let you continue.
Yeah, tell me your route. I want to know your route.
Well, let's have a look in the 1820s to 1830s. Are you aware of what happened to one of our archbishops of Cyprus?
Tell me.
When he wanted independence for Cyprus.
Did he want independence or enosis?
Enosis is independence for me. I believe it's interchangeable.
Enosis wouldn't be independence if we are basically enosying with another country that's not.
But it's independence from the Ottoman Empire. So for me, it is independence.
But as a Cypriot, you wouldn't be getting independence. You would just be having another empire.
Guys, that's why
Enosis is a
For me, I would rather be
Greece.
You know what is? Sorry, is it JT? JL, sorry, I'm blind.
Oh,
JLT.
no. You can just call me my name. Do you know what? People keep saying that it's Japanese. You can just call me Mihalis. It's fine.
Ah,
I
you're
wondered.
Alos Mihalis. And
No. I wondered why people
Bruv,
keep saying
listen,
JLT.
listen, when we debate Cyprus, let me tell you something about my line of thinking. I don't give a shit about anything before 1960. We could go back to the 1500s. There's no point. We start the Cyprus debate the day that we sat down and decided to form a republic. Because the day that we sat down and decided to form a republic, that's what matters. Well, anything before that doesn't really fucking matter. Do you understand? It doesn't matter what the Ottoman
Look,
did.
respect to you if that's your view on things.
That's my view on it. Because why does it
Look,
matter what the Ottomans done or what about what the Greeks done? You know what I mean? When we
I'm not
conquered
gonna put
half the
you
world,
down. If that's your view on things, that's fine for me. But I like to look at things from a historical lens. I like to see what happened during the times. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't just the Ottomans that done us dirty. The Phoenicians were probably even more cruel.
Yeah.
Especially the Roman Catholics on the
I'm
islands.
sure you gather, I know all of this already. Like I've done vast majority of us on this panel. We're not saying we're demeaning you by what you're saying, but we know all of the, like, when we're talking about the Greeks, I know the whole story of the Greeks. I've watched 1,000 documentaries from the Mycenaeans to the Athenians and the Spartans, and like I know it all. But
Okay, can I ask you a question?
go on.
So you're aware that Mycenaeans came during the collapse of the Bronze Age?
Of course.
So the people who settled on the island were Mycenaeans, yeah?
Yes.
And they mixed with people known
The
as
native people.
Alashashians. It depends. The Egyptians called the island Alashaya, so it depends what you want to call them. I think most people today call them Ito-Cypriot, meaning native Cypriot.
That was about 3,000 to 3,500 years ago, but there's people they've discovered that there was people living on Cyprus 10,000 years ago.
And
Yeah,
Mihalis, correct me if I'm
that's
wrong, but
Anatolian.
when you first came up, did you not say the Anatolians were the first settlers?
We
Correct me if I'm wrong.
don't exactly know the reason why. In genetic anthropology, it changes a lot between Anatolian farmers and Levant PPMB. It keeps switching. But from what I've seen from Turkish Cypriot, Greek Cypriot genetics, it does pause to Anatolian Neolithic farmers. Then later, hunter-gatherers coming from Levant, from like Lebanon, Palestine, places like that. But I don't understand why that would be relevant. Every European today descends from Anatolian farmers. The Anatolian farmers have nothing to do with Turkish people.
Well, what makes it relevant, Mihalis, is we can't just pinpoint a time in history.
Oh, no,
and
no,
say
no.
that's where it
This is where I
starts,
was.
you know?
This is where I was
Yeah.
going to build my argument.
Okay,
So
go.
prior to 10,000 BC, no one was in Cyprus. But let's go to the Bronze Age, because the Bronze Age is where civilizations emerge. So we have Mycenaeans who come to the island, mixed with the natives. During the Iron Age, the Greek identity, the Greek genetics were still present very much. Even during the Roman age, very present. The Cypriot-like profile only changes between 8th to 12th century, down to Maronites fleeing the island and intermixing with Cypriots. But my point is, even during this time, they might not have like identified as Greek. Genetically, they still were. And that's even the case up to the 1500s, even to today. Greek Cypriots are genetically closer to like ancient Greeks than mainlanders. Mainlanders have more Slavic admixture.
But Mihaly, it's irrelevant because we've survived 3,500 years on this island and we're still calling ourselves Greek. That's the thing that matters to me more than the genetic makeup or the fucking Anatolian farmers or whatever. Like, the people are calling themselves Greek after 3,500 years, and according to a lot of people, the Greeks not ruling it since Alexander the Great, even though we know that's a bit not
No,
accurate.
but my whole argument is, and no one can come up in the comments and show me what I'm talking about in genetic anthropology that is wrong. I tell anyone in the comments, come up, show me.
We're not saying
I would
it's wrong.
love to see it. I'll
A
put
lot of
money
people
on
don't
it.
care about their DNA. They care about what they identify
But
as.
that's the problem though, because self-identification is not necessarily important. Because if you're not genetically that thin, then that's idiotic. Like, for instance, I don't even want to bring up T people. I think you know what I mean by T people. Was people say I'm born female, but I'm a male today. Genetics and biology are the most important things
Yeah,
to
go
our
raise my
society.
Mihalis, you said you're half Greek Cypriot from your dad's side. What's your other half?
May I ask why it's relevant to the conversation?
Because it's relevant. You're talking about genetics. So
Eurasian.
Eurasian. What country?
Eurasian.
So you're Turkish.
No. In Asia. It's in Asia and Europe.
What
Well, Asia's
countries?
a big fucking place, bro.
I don't see why
Eurasia,
it's
so
Yeah,
you
relevant.
must be near the
exactly.
border. So we're
Yeah, I
talking
don't think it's relevant.
It is relevant because you keep
Syria.
talking about people, where they were from, how they came to Cyprus, how
Yeah,
it's
Azerbaijan,
relevant. Then
Armenian,
both of my
Uzbekistan.
countries are in the Levant.
But what is this?
to,
21 questions.
Yeah, I just don't think it's relevant my
We're
ethnicity.
asking you, bro. We want to know.
I'm asking, it's relevant because you're trying to
He's
make the
Greek Cypriot,
DNA
Jan. He said
of.
he's going to see his
Yeah,
yaya.
but my
He said he's
my
Yeah,
going to see
I
his
know
yaya.
he's half Greek Cypriot. He's got other half which is not Greek
We're
Cypriot.
yeah,
trying to
I
figure
just
out your
said it's
genetic
in the
makeup, bro.
Levant. I don't need to say the
Okay,
country.
it's in Levant, one of these countries in Middle East, I guess.
No,
Bro,
in the
someone pull up
Levant,
Levant
not
is
not.
Palestine or Israel
Levant is Middle
or
East now,
So
no?
pull
It's
up the
it's
map
not
of the
Israel. It's
Levant.
not Israel.
it's Israel, Palestine, or maybe some parts of Egypt or some parts of Lebanon.
You're a
No,
Coptic
it's
Christian.
genetically West Asian. It has no
So
African.
Syria.
Look, if that's what you want to say, it only leaves two countries.
Okay,
How's
Uh,
that?
that's fine. It's right. You're right. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, my point is you keep talking about where who came to Cyprus first. It is Greeks, blah blah blah,
Yeah,
Anatolian. So my point is,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. We all mix, including
yeah.
yourself, and Turkish
Yeah.
Cypriots and Greek
Mihaly, are you
Cypriots.
not entitled to,
Yeah,
you're half
sure.
Cypriot, are you not entitled to get a Cypriot passport and go live in Cyprus if you want? Despite being half Eurasian. And then if your family stays there for generations and generations, that Eurasians gets watered down and it becomes part of the Cypriot DNA. Do you not understand how DNA works? It's a, shall I tell you what Cypriots are? They're a mixture of every single person that's conquered that island. That's
no,
what
that's
we are.
genetically
That's
that's
pretty much
false.
that's the genetics. They just say, we've
No,
done this.
genetically that's false. That's not the case. And I can bring up studies right now to show you.
Okay,
The
so
people,
what about
the
what
people
about
who
when
wait.
people
The
have
people who've conquered us have not necessarily moved their people there. The
All right,
only
so why when Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots have done DNA tests,
Yeah.
are they all coming up as second cousins and third cousins? And we've seen
yes,
that all
because
over.
Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots are still Cypriots who intermarry with one another. You're
they did
making
mix
out like
then.
you're
So they
making
did
out.
mix.
No, but that's not the point. We know Cypriots mix with one another, but you're making out like Cypriots are like mongrels. That we're everything. That's historically not the case, nor is it genetically. Cypriots are mainly Anatolian Levantine people. We don't have all these things that you're claiming. Like you really
I'm
need
not
to read the
claiming loads of
studies
things.
of what a
I'm
Cypriot
claiming
is.
a bit of Persian, a bit of Egyptian, a bit of Lebanese.
And let me guess.
A bit
You
of
got your
Armenian.
DNA results from MyHeritage. Let me
No, I
guess.
got
I'm not
mine from
interested in my
Ancestry.
DNA.
I got mine
Okay,
from
and
Ancestry.
can you
Family
show your
members.
ancestry results?
Mine says 99% Cypriot. What does that mean to you?
My point. You're truly a native to that land.
But what is Cypriot? That's what I'm trying to ask you, because
Cypriot
if
for
you
me is going to be genetically the inhabitants of the land who originally were there. So it's going to be Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots, down to the fact that they descend from Greek Cypriots.
I'm struggling to understand it, man, to be honest with you, because
Yeah, so we've at
what you're
least mixed
saying.
with Turkish Cypriots there.
Go
We
on, mate.
mixed with them at least. Forget everyone else who come before the Turks. We
No, but
mixed
when
with
you say
Turkish
they
Cypriots.
mix, this is the whole point.
Then why are people cousins, bruv?
No, but this is
How's
my
that
whole
working?
point, that I just don't think you're like
Someone's dead there, someone's dead
conceptualize.
I think
They're
Mihali's
getting up
saying
to
that we're not
shenanigans,
cousins.
bro.
We're not cousins with
Wait,
someone
wait,
from
there.
China,
No,
for
wait
example.
there.
We're
Wait there,
saying we're cousins
JLT.
amongst each other.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, Lenny.
It's Mihaly.
JLT. Wait,
Baba,
JLT.
my name's Mihalis, bro.
We've upgraded to calling him
Michael,
Mihaly.
okay, Michalis,
Yes.
a little bit
Hello.
off subject, but
Yeah.
your profile picture, is that Akuma, bro?
No, mate.
It looks like Akuma, you know, at Street Fighter. I'm just saying.
No,
oh.
it's a painting during the medieval period of
Oh, shit.
Lucifer, the fallen angel.
Oh, right, because I can only see
Mihali,
the
did you
face
say
in it. And
Turkish Cypriots are descendant from Greek Cypriots?
Yeah, the reason.
that's mad, isn't it, John?
Okay. Let's look at this historically.
Let's clarify. You're saying Turkish Cypriots are mixed with us, but then you're not admitting
No, but
that.
that's my whole point. You don't understand what I'm saying.
So we're mixed with each other, Regumbade.
No, but you're not understanding the point. So I'm gonna
That's
explain
the
this.
point. That is the
Okay,
point.
but you won't let me finish to get to the point.
I did, Pesmas. Go on, tell
Okay,
us.
Turkish Cypriots make the claim, not all of them, but most of them make the claim they descend from the Ottomans who settled in the island. Can we agree to this, yes or no?
That is a claim I would probably
You
say.
need to ask. Yeah, you need to ask
Well, we'd have
Turkish
to ask
Cypriots.
Turkish
Okay.
Cypriot. If we could have a T, look, we got a T. Is that a TC we got there? He can answer that for you, bro.
Yeah, his name is Mihalis as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got three Mihalis.
That it-
Mihalis.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he's a bit
Yeah,
lost, I can tell.
HG, you
Yeah,
a descendant
listen.
of go on, bruv.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
No, I just want to, bro. First of all, what is your name? I'm trying to figure out what them.
I said my name. My name's Mihalis. Oh, my actual government name's Mikalakis. Well, you can just call me
Mikalakis.
Mihalis.
Bruv, he's Michael, just like me, bruv. He's another Michael.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So make that claim again that Greeks.
No,
Okay.
he wants to know. Let me ask
So
you before
in
you,
the
bruv.
1500s,
Yes.
do you agree that Turkish Cypriots today they make
Yeah.
the proposition that they descend from the Ottoman soldiers who came to the land?
Okay. Well, you can't say that I can't say for a fact that every Turkish Cypriot descended from the Ottomans that came to the island, but yeah, it wouldn't be hard to say that.
That's the argument Turkish
Majority.
Cypriots use. Yeah.
Osmanlı.
Yeah,
Osmanlı.
maybe a lot of them did, but obviously, as you know, generations go on, you can't say that you're pure-bloodedly descend from the Ottomans that came to the island, but a lot of them did probably, yeah. But
Okay,
you're trying to
perfect.
say that we're originally Greek Cypriots. That,
No, wait there.
that-
You're gonna see. 1 second. I'm gonna break it down
Right.
very simply for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can see that many of them make the claim that they descend from these Ottoman soldiers. By the way, when these people come, they were men and women. We don't know if they had children. We don't know that. There's not really a detailed, historical account of it. We just know that people came over. My point is today, Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots share a paternal haplogroup going back prior to migration. And we know logically that Greek Cypriots were on the island prior to Ottomans coming. So this leaves two options. Either Turkish Cypriots are Greek Cypriots who converted to Islam, which we know that is the case.
No, which was first that your theory is being disproven. If you just do a little bit of research, you'll see that is not the case. You
Yeah,
talk about the Limon Bambaki or whatever you call it, or Lino
Bambaki, yes.
Yeah, okay, maybe a minority of cases that could be the case, but not to say that as a blanket statement. Every Turkish Cypriot is just a converted Greek Cypriot. Like it doesn't. That how are you going to
There's
prove
no
that?
sense into that.
Okay, so when do you think Turkish Cypriots come to the island?
To be fair,
Like
they were
you
coming
said,
Because
like
these people like
majority of them came over with the Ottoman conquest, did they not?
okay, this is the point.
They were
We can
Turks there
see through
before,
genetics
though.
this is not the
Yeah,
case.
no, of course, I'm not denying that. Of course, there was indeed Cypriots there before, Turks
Yeah,
there
then
before.
that's my whole point.
Yeah, but a big wave of them did come over with the Ottomans, did they
Okay,
not?
why is Turkic DNA not left no genetic composition to the people today? Why can't we
Okay,
see
but you know,
The man's
your
asking science questions out here. Think about it.
your claim about the haplogroups or whatever, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the
Greek
study up now.
Cypriots-
Wait there, I'm gonna bring the studies
Wait,
up now.
I'm
Wait
gonna.
there.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Wait.
Puede ver todos.
Mihaly, you can't go. We can't hear you if you get off the app, by the way, because
Puede ver ese de
you're
Mihaly.
gonna have to memorize whatever you're reading and then come back.
No,
on.
no. I'm gonna show you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Go get
show
the
you.
second phone,
Okay,
bro.
I'm gonna
Greek
show you.
Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots share a certain trait in their DNA.
No,
that they
no,
don't,
no,
don't- wait,
no.
wait, that they
You
don't
just-
share
you just straw
with
man my position.
mainland Turks and mainland Greeks.
You've just straw man me. That's not what I said. So I'm gonna say it again.
No, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying to you. That what I
Yeah, but that's irrelevant to my claim. My claim is that prior to Ottoman
Yeah.
migration, they
Yeah.
share a paternal ancestor,
Right.
which shows that they're the same people. If they're the same people who was there prior to the migration, it was Greek Cypriots. Prior to the migration, there was no Turkish Cypriots on the island. I'm going to show you the study right now. 1 second.
It weren't just Greek Cypriots, though, Mihaly. This is one thing you're failing to mention. Even before the Turks come, there were other ethnic groups as well. You know, a lot
Yeah,
of them
course,
have
Mike,
been.
of course.
Okay, that's fine. You can give me an argument for that when I come back. I know who was on the island because we have data
Well, I know, 'cause
from
you
the
was there.
census of the Phoenician records of who was in the island. Give me 1 second, please.
Okay, well, how come we don't have a minority of Venetian Cypriots? What happened to all the Venetian Cypriots? I'll tell you what happened to them. They intermarried with the Greek Cypriots. They got watered down. What do you think
They all
happened?
went.
Mike, if this guy comes back with facts, it's pretty good. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what his facts are.
And make off to the
They,
facts, man.
the,
Is
the,
there, HG, is there anything that this man can tell you to make you go, oh, you know what? Oh, he's right. I'm not really Turkish.
No,
But there's
I'm not
nothing you can
even.
say to people that can make them change their mind. It's irrelevant, this conversation.
That's what I'm saying. It's going way, way, way back, like to
Who
the
gives
point
a
that no
shit?
one cares about
the
this stuff.
Venetian,
What
In
you're
this day
saying.
and age, innit?
the
That's
Venetian,
the reason why you don't want to talk about it, because this destroys your whole existence. Because
What
your
assistance? I haven't
your
made any
whole
claims.
claim.
I
You
haven't
never
made
listen
any
to
claims.
Wait,
Guys,
make
so
my
what
Where?
are
screen
we
bit.
gonna do about
Make
this?
my.
Clearly.
Can I have the screen bit, please?
From what I know, my great
man's
great
You've got the screen.
grandfather
You've
came
got to
from
add your
Turkey.
picture.
This is what
Okay,
I
I
know.
don't know how to do
My
that right
great
there.
great grandfather came from Konya region in Turkey. So unless
man's
that's a lie,
Tap your
then-
picture and then
man's
change
come.
the camera.
HG,
Give us a
HG.
think about that.
Man's
You're
coming
talking
with
to a man who
facts.
knows
Man's,
his lineage, bro.
So we
come-
can
oh,
see.
wow.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
really read that,
Wikipedia.
man.
So this is from the genetic studies of the government. We can see that Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriots share the same paternal ancestor prior to Ottoman migration, meaning that the Turkish Cypriots that emerged from the 16th and 17th century could only be there from the fact that they were Greek Cypriots who converted to Islam. If they have the same genetics prior to the migration,
Well,
Yeah.
1
they
minute.
can't be Turkish.
Yeah, honey, were
Being
they
that
checking their genetics back then?
We're talking about today. This is
Did they do
2020.
just to
They
make sure
had
that
they
it's
had
safe?
23andMe back then, I think.
man's,
Instead of
man's
addressing
coming with facts, yeah? Chest and back foot.
Instead of addressing it, you're laughing because you're a clown. You
I'm,
can't
no, I'm not, because you're
Then
not letting
address
me
it then.
speak.
No,
You're
bro.
not letting me speak.
address it
man.
then.
Yeah.
Don't
What I'm
matter,
saying,
bro.
I'm not denying the fact that there may have been what you've just said happening. Yeah. How can we turn around and say, no, we're all from Turkey originally?
But that's the whole
Of
point.
course-
If you affirm the claim, that means
What's
that the
your
Greek-
source, Mihail?
Yeah, but-
What's that up there?
this is the genetic studies.
Okay, so you want me to say that I'm Greek now? Is that what
No,
you want me
that's
to say?
that's not what I'm trying to say. But
No,
my
but
What are you
point
trying to
is,
say?
oh
But then
my lord,
HG, that means you're going to come Cyprus. We're going to have Uzo together.
No.
Yeah, we have Uzor, Zivania, we have everything.
HG, Lenny gonna be your godfather.
Who?
Lenny gonna be your godfather, mate.
Yeah, my
Don't
compadre.
worry, compadre.
Lenny's your gumbaro.
Don't worry.
No disrespect,
coming with
Mihani, but
facts.
I could write that up and say I studied this and I made this research.
Jan, this is from
And
the
I could make
official
something
government
different.
sources.
Sorry?
No one's necessarily saying
This-
you're wrong,
this-
bro, but
It's fine. I don't think anyone has a clue about genetic anthropology. No disrespect. I think you all know about history, but when I think it comes to genetics, I don't think you have a
no,
clue.
I believe there's
This
a
is
lot
no
of people who say-
no
But
disrespect
what
because
does it matter when we've got a population of people on the island who are identifying
Exactly.
But that's still not the point, Mike. It's like you're straw manning everything I'm saying. I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
What is your
I know
point?
what you're
though?
saying. I've done this
What are you
research, bro.
actually
No,
getting
I've done
at?
that.
Mike, if they're the
Yeah,
same.
let's get to the point.
Okay.
Go on.
All right.
Prior to the Ottoman migration, if these people share the same line, it means that they are the same people. Now, who was there prior to the
Okay,
Ottoman?
but can I ask you something, Hattie? You don't think it's
Okay,
possible
go on.
that they come as a minority population of Turks from Turkey, and then over the
They're
years,
not even Turks. Their DNA has been
all right,
proven.
now let's just entertain what I'm saying for a minute. They came as a population of people from Turkey, and then over the centuries, they've intermingled with the native Greek Cypriot community, and then maybe their genetics have got watered down a bit, and they've maybe grown in size, and maybe they took a few Greek Muslim as part of their community, and there was a bit of mixed. Do you not understand? That is the story of the Turkish Cypriot. So the people did come from the people that are calling themselves Turkish Cypriots today, whether they have got the same blood as them or not. They did descend from them people because that's where the population came from.
But Mike,
Like, whether
do we not all agree that everyone come from Ethiopia? Yeah.
Fuck no. Lord have
Okay. So
mercy.
do you agree that we come from Adam?
But like the biblical perspective,
Yeah.
depends.
Because, bruv,
It depends, it
I tuned in, bruv. Respectfully, I tuned in, and you were chatting about the Bronze Age. Okay, now imagine, yeah. So let's take it right back to the beginning of time, because this seems to be your
Let's go
argument.
further back, bro.
Yeah,
Pull it
let's
back,
go
pull it
right back to in the beginning. Yeah, there was nothing.
In the beginning,
yeah?
man.
Oh, no,
Let's
go
go back
even
to
further
in the
back.
beginning. Like, I
Go
want to
even
know.
further
Yeah, let's go back to when it was just dust and
Let's
nothing.
go back
Like,
when Adam bit the apple.
who's the
I
first
personally
man?
think Michalis don't want mass deportation. In Cyprus, he wants mass vaftisha.
You know what it is? It's just crazy because what you're saying, like, I like it. No, I like what you say because he's trying to come from a position of science, yeah, and that's cool.
But no
Like,
one's tackled me.
No, but I mean, there's
Man wants
nothing
to
to
line up
tackle. There's
Listen,
nothing
man,
to
here,
tackle
listen.
because you're not really throwing any jabs
Where's
at
Shaheen?
it.
Where's
You're
this guy?
kind of just
Man,
sort
No,
of
but okay,
standing in the
Mo-
corner and just talking to yourself. What I'm trying to get at is, what's your ploy? Like, so okay, we all descend from somewhere, and what? That's what I'm getting.
That's what I'm telling you. He wants.
Let him answer though. Let him answer.
Okay, this
I'll
got
tell you
back
what he
to
wants. He wants mass vaftisha. He wants mass.
Let him say it though. Don't talk for him, please, bro. Let him talk.
I'm telling you.
Wait, wait,
Do you know what? I respect the guy though. At least he's saying it in
I'm not
chest.
disrespecting him.
Wait,
I'm just
what
trying
makes
to
you assume
understand
that?
what he wants.
What makes you assume that? I didn't say that.
Yeah, but bro, time you're going back to the Bronze Age, yeah?
No,
And
no.
you're-
The reason why that was mentioned because Mike mentioned the Mycenaeans. I didn't actually mention that first.
Okay, where do Greek Cypriots descend from?
Different populations.
Well, bro, you've already been vague about half of your own ethnicity, so let's not
Yeah,
be vague about the Greek
basically.
Cypriots.
If you want me to
ethnicity.
simplify,
we
they're Greco Levantine people.
Mihaly, are we descendants of Greeks? The Greek Cypriot.
No, I think you come from Egypt. Respectfully, I don't think you're from.
All right, so they're fake Turks and we're
Okay,
fake.
so we've established that we're all from somewhere other than Cyprus, yeah?
No, I'm from Cyprus. I'm pure.
Hold on. One sec, bro. So from the beginning of time, bro, yeah, you was plonked on Cyprus and your family always DNA checked everyone they mashed, yeah? And said, right, I wanna make
Genetically,
sure.
from my genetics,
Bro,
it does
bro,
look like I do carry indigenous DNA of like.
Until they got to you, and then they went, nah, we ain't gonna keep him pure.
No,
We're
but the
gonna
reason-
make
Mihaly.
half Eurasian.
Master, the reason why I know like my father's indigenous, he matches very closely to Iron Age
Moses.
samples of Phrygians, Tyrians, which
Yeah.
their genetics was very similar to.
So you're
Can I
related
ask a question? You
to
said
Moses.
Yes,
you're
John.
Direct
Cypriot.
from Megas Alexandros.
That's mad. He's directly
Now,
from Cyprus.
listen, you're all Arabs. You're not Cypriots. Go on, Jan.
We're
But you're
Arabs,
not
thank
though.
you.
Okay.
You said you are pure
You're a bunch of
Cypriot.
fake Turks. We're a bunch of
But
fake
you're not.
Greeks.
No,
Would
now
you
we're
say-
Arabs.
What'd you say,
Yeah,
Jan?
Arabs.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
No, we're Arabs, not the Turks.
Oh no,
The Greeks are
mashallah,
Arabs.
brother. What'd you say, Jan?
I said you
Malik,
said you
please
are
allow
pure
it.
Cypriot earlier.
No. My father, not me.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
Fathers,
50%
fathers,
So we all
Cypriot.
mix,
More than all
including
of our
you.
fathers.
Nothing wrong
Okay.
with mixing.
Yeah, no. Listen, Jan, I don't have a problem with mixing. My future wife is going to be ethnically different from me. That's not the point. I feel like no one's
Everybody.
addressing with like what I'm
Right,
saying.
because, bro,
But you know
that's
what? You've
mad.
been up here half
No,
an hour.
what
I'm
you're
struggling
saying
to
is
get to
fact.
your
This is
point.
what
I don't
Cyprus
understand it.
is the most
Mihaly, what we're trying to say to you,
bastardized
it don't
country
matter,
in the
bro.
world, bro. Yeah,
Bro.
every empire stepped on that bitch. Every empire, okay, and it's so bastardized that you sound stupid coming up and talking about a pure Cypriot. Like
Okay,
you
that's
do.
perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
When these people came to the island, do you think they left a genetic imprint on Cypriots?
Well, you seem to be backtracking
No.
to genetic imprints
You've
from
just
governments.
made the claim that the islands are Budana
Yeah, I feel like
Islands.
I've been
Everyone's
double-sided.
mixed.
Yeah, how many empires have touched it, bro?
You've just killed your own claim then, whatever your name is, because if
What do
they
you mean?
didn't
What my
leave the
name
gene-
is? Are you backwards or something?
He said what your
No, because all I can see
your
is his
claim.
demonic
He said what your
writing.
claim is, not your name.
We have to move on. We have to
Yeah,
move
what,
on to the window.
what I'm saying is if they didn't leave an imprint, if they didn't change the genetic makeup of the people of the island, then how are we Greeks that converted to Islam?
You're not Greek.
Okay, that's my
We're
whole
not
point,
Greeks.
and I'm
We're
gonna
Arabs.
explain it.
Yeah, go on,
Like-
explain that. Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
We're Egyptians.
I'm gonna say it again because I'm starting to notice. Respectfully, I've noticed since like with Cypriots, some of them, the villages are very close. Cousins marry cousins, and this is the product. So I'm gonna explain it very slowly.
You're living proof.
No, listen, I'm not full Greek, so I don't have your backward genes.
Well,
Like, I'm
your
lucky
dad's
my
full
father-
Greek, though. Your dad's full
No,
Greek.
you just
He killed all of us.
So basically, you're calling us basically Mongols now as well. That's a
Yeah, can I
madness.
ask you something?
Give me
I'll
one
be
second,
honest,
wait.
I'm not.
Can I ask you something?
Mihaly,
He
Not in my
said,
village, brother.
he said
Maybe in
we
your
all sleep
village.
with each other.
Listen,
I
Maybe in
said the
your village
island's
in the
been
Levant,
stepped on.
bruv.
I
He
can
said
affirm
everyone
that.
follows
Maybe,
each other.
bruv, maybe
we're
in your
not
Kazakh Borat
but
village, bruv.
maybe
Okay, yeah.
maybe the
You start
Turks are
sleeping
Greeks,
with
the
cousins
Greeks are
and
Turks. Did
brothers
anyone
and
think
sisters.
that?
But no, bro.
Maybe we
Bruv,
just swapped halfway through
boys, he
history.
said we all sleep with each other. He said Cyprus is orgy island. That's what he's saying, yeah? He's saying
Yeah.
we all sleep with each other. That's what he's saying.
Well,
And a
respectfully,
guy,
we can see,
Were you
like,
trying to say
within
that back in
data,
the village?
autism is
and a
very
guy,
high
Mihaly,
within the Cypriot community.
Mihaly, are you trying to say back in the day in the
and a
village, second
guy that's a
cousins were allowed?
mongoloid himself, bruv.
What'd you
Bruv,
say,
you're a
mate?
mixed
Sorry.
breed, bruv.
Are you trying to say back in the day in the Hodior, second cousins were allowed?
Yeah, bro. What do you want us to do? We're a small island. What do you want us to do, bro?
The church allowed second cousin, which is disgusting.
Bruv, do you know what, okay, yeah? You're a mixed breed as well, okay?
Yeah, no TV.
We are not. You are a mixed breed.
We're
So
half
you're
Eurasian.
fun to talk, okay, yeah? I don't know how it used to run in your fucking Kazakh Borat village, bruv, okay, yeah? But I'll tell you something, okay, yeah? In my village, in our village, bruv, none of that used to go on. Maybe you used to go and fuck goats and shit, okay, yeah? In your village, but not ours, bruv.
What village
Yeah?
you from?
Don't worry, bruv, okay,
Why are
yeah?
you scared to say it? What village you
Lenny, do you
Not
not
yours.
want
Can I
to know
say
your genetic
something?
composition?
from? I'll
Lenny?
say my village. I ain't scared.
Oh,
Bruv,
guys,
you
the
ain't
Scottish
from-
Scottish
you
guy
ain't
wants to
from
say
a village.
something.
What's your village? And I'm not talking
My
about.
village
I'm
is
not talking-
Bolemi.
Los Scoches,
You
though.
ain't
My
from
village is
no
called
village. I'm not
Bolemi.
talking about your
Mateo.
better half,
And
bruv. I'm talking about your Borat village. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I'm
your
not from. I'm
Borat
not from
village.
Central Asia, man.
Yeah, you just slagged off the whole Cypriot community. The Greeks,
Imagine
the Turks,
everyone.
called us
No, I'm
inbred,
talking about your
called us
Borat
Arabs, called us
Kuzak village,
Yeah.
bruv.
Your Cypriot DNA is pure, but our one's not pure.
Hey,
Even
can
though
I
you're
ask
No,
though?
that's still not the claim.
Have you got Asperger's?
This is proof that
Seriously.
interbreeding within the Cypriot community is very dangerous.
Serious
Bruv,
question, bro.
bruv, I'll be honest,
Are
I'll be
you
honest.
on the spectrum? Honestly, truthfully.
On my mother's life, I think you must be a spastic. The fact you can't understand my point, respectfully.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't say.
Like,
I didn't say.
because
I didn't
I-
say the
I-
S
I've
word.
explained
I
it
didn't
5
listen.
times
No,
and
no,
you
no.
still
Let
not
me land. Let
understand
me
it.
land. Let me
The fact
land.
you
Let me
can't
land.
conceptualize something
me
so
land.
basic.
1 minute.
Let me land.
Bro,
Let me land. Let me
1
land.
minute.
Let me land. Look,
Is
bro.
the goal
Let me
you're
land.
Yeah,
Let me
we
land.
are.
asking something quickly?
He's no, but let me just say
Mihaly.
something. He wants
Go on,
to.
bro.
When I asked him, "Are you on the spectrum?" I'm saying it from a point of view that you seem to have many facts but no social skills. You took it to the S word. Like, I don't even going to say it because you get shut down for that shit on there. Yeah, but the point I'm making is, I asked a serious question: are you on the spectrum? You're getting a lot of pushback from everyone in here. You're cussing out every single Cypriot there is, saying that we all used to sleep with each other, and then you think you have the right to sit here as a half breed yourself and call people the S word.
And send them
bro,
back. Send them back.
imagine. Like, bro,
Send
It's
them
hard.
back.
What's the argument?
the argument is,
Am I
I said,
lying?
are you on the spectum?
Am I
Respectfully.
lying?
So, Mihaly, if they send you back, where
In
you
the
going to go?
Cypriot
Cyprus or
villages, did
Eurasia?
everyone not mix
He's
with
a
one
half
another?
breed.
Yes or
We are
no?
not.
You're mixed, though, bruv. You're mixed. Your mum and dad mixed.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're aware of
So you're
this.
not a
We
pure
established
breed.
this when I first joined.
So you're not a pure breed then.
Yeah.
No, that's still not relevant to the claim.
So basically, you're an S word then.
That's still not what the
We
claim
should
was. The
say-
claim,
we should say
yeah,
you
the
back.
claim
You're
was.
Mongol, bro.
This is
We don't
my
like
point.
sending
This
back.
is like you're still
Basically,
strong.
if you
Oh
was-
my lord.
Basically, if you was a dog, we wouldn't be feeding you pedigree
That's
charm.
still not the claim, mate. I think you
That
are a
is
little
that
bit
is
smart.
the claim.
The
Your
claim,
claim-
no, I'm
your
going to
claim
explain
is
it to you, and I'm
we
going to talk
interbred.
to you like a baby because you're not
Your claim
understanding.
is we
Yeah, I want
I'm
it.
going
interbred.
to
I want the
speak
ba- I
to
want the
you
baby
at your
version.
level.
Give me the
in
baby
your
version.
Kazakhstan
I'm going to
Borat
speak to you at your
village.
level. Yeah, no
Yeah,
one's
give
from
me the
Central
baby
Asia.
version. Go on, give me the baby version.
Bro, you're from
Okay.
Kazakhstan, bro.
Okay,
Go
I'm
on,
from
son.
Kazakhstan.
Nice.
I'm from
You're
Uzbekistan.
a Kazakh.
That's
Alhamdulillah.
nice.
You're a Kazakh, bro.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
I'm a Kazakh. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
That's exactly
Give us the baby version, bro.
La
Come on,
ilaha
man.
illallah.
I'm waiting for the
Mashallah,
baby
bro.
version.
MashaAllah, brother. Anyway, the
You are
claim was.
Kazakh.
Yeah.
Okay, can you not control yourself? Let me just.
100%.
I'm gonna let
Right,
Shira
bruv,
speak.
everyone's saying they want to hear the
No.
geezer talk, so let him talk.
Let him land,
Mihaly
let him
go
land
on.
again. Let him
We have a
land
little
again.
bit of a laugh, Mihaly. It's not-
Alright, Mike.
Don't take
No,
it to
no.
heart,
I'm
Mihaly.
gonna let him speak because
We have a little bit of a laugh. No, the people
No.
want to hear what you got to say.
I will speak. Listen, I will speak when you start chatting shit again. So go on, carry on. So then I can.
And
Thank you,
Scochezo wants to say something
sweetheart.
as well.
Anyway, back to the original point.
I think
So,
Mateo
Mike,
wants to say
you
something as
mentioned
well
that-
after you as well, Mihalis, yeah? After you, Mihalis, Matteo has been trying to say something for the last 20
Let's
minutes.
hear Mihali's monologue.
I'm gonna
I
mute.
don't know. Break it
Okay.
down.
What I said about the villages is correct. And I think everyone can agree here that the Cypriot villages are very small. After a few generations, people are going to mix with their cousins. Yes or no?
What are you doing to us, bro?
No.
So, Mike?
Bro, what are you doing to us, bro? You're trying to expose us as
He's
No,
baiting us
I'm
out,
asking
man.
you. One second, I need to put this on charge. This is going to die. But do you disagree with me or not?
Bro, what do you think happened all over the world?
There was some cousin love for sure.
I don't
Continue.
think.
There was some
global-
cousin love for sure. Go on, continue.
Yeah, go on then. There was love
There was some
in
cousin
say
love.
something? Can I say something? Right? Everyone's taking the mick here because you don't agree with his views, but I'm agreeing with him here. Okay, my village is very inbred, and you can take the piss, you can say whatever you like, but he's right.
He's
They were
not, Peg.
they were very insular.
Peg,
All right.
listen, Peg. Respectfully, you know I got respect for you. He's not right, and I'll tell you why he's not right. Because in one breath, he said that his dad is pure. Imagine
Well,
that.
that's
Yeah.
a different
But
story.
let me
Can I finish what I'm
Peg,
saying?
please. Like I just want to stop you before you fall into the trap that he's offering you. Like he's saying that his dad is pure, and then he said all Greek Cypriots and all Turkish Cypriots are not pure. Everyone. So before you
I'm
believe
not
what he's
talking
saying,
about that, Ed.
he's chatting.
Right? I'm talking about there are there are many villages in the mountains, in Cyprus, whatever, in remote places where they were, for want of a better word, inbred. My parents, okay, are third cousins from every single angle. Okay. Now, the village was so small, my mum had only 3 options that she could marry, and they were all related. That's what it used to be like. I'm not going for the narrative that we're purebred or whatever. I am saying that there are many villages that were like that, and it's not not something to laugh at. That's just the way it was.
To be fair, to this day, I think there's still people that are third cousins that are getting married that are Cypriot. If you want me to be honest, but no, I wouldn't say first cousins, bruv. No, I wouldn't say first cousins. I don't.
Not first cousins, no.
Second cousins,
Blood,
yeah, not
but they
first cousins.
intermarried so many times, okay, that I know thalassemia isn't directly related to, I mean, Panop said it at the bottom there, it's not directly related to inbreeding or whatever, but it contributed to it a great deal because we kept marrying into the same bloodline. And that is why we have so much of it in Cyprus. And that is why they have brought out a law where in Cyprus where you have to check whether you're got thalassemia or anything before you marry. It's all recently changed, but I know for a fact, and I'm not ashamed to say it, okay, that in my village it was very, very common.
Okay,
Listen,
but Ali, where was you going?
I still
with it?
think he's chatting
let
shit.
Ali carry on. So, all right. So
Wait a minute.
No. Thank you for coming up. What the woman has said is correct. This is in the whole island. This wasn't just in the south. This is in the whole
No,
island.
we know this. We're not debating, saying we're just having a laugh with it. I know you're right, bruv. We know you're right.
This is why many Cypriots today are backwards. Respectfully, Mike, I'm not calling you
No, that's
backwards.
the bit where you're taking the piss.
Yeah,
See
but
that? That's
okay, Mike,
Many
you don't
Cypriots
think?
are backwards.
Okay, Mike. This woman can't control himself. What's wrong with him? Thank you,
I hope
Mike.
we didn't scare Peg away, man. Peg's a very good contributor. I'm sorry that she just left. I hope it wasn't being too.
Okay, Mike. When you're
No
in,
disrespect to Peg. She knows we share lives all the time. It's not to her. It's
No,
to
she
him.
doesn't like the
But,
shouting and the swearing.
she agreed with one
That's the point.
element, but
No,
unfortunately,
listen.
he
That's
talked about
right.
he talked some stuff which is completely contradicting, and then decides to get back up over one element. Like he don't deserve it. He needs to come better than this.
but Mike, my essential point still like stands. To
Okay, we're backwards. All right, the next bit, bro.
No, Mike, I'm not, Mike. I'm not.
point is bullshit.
Mike, I wasn't
You're saying
specifying.
you're saying all Cypriots are backwards, bruv. Okay, yeah, you're a fucking Mongoloid yourself. Go back to fucking Kazakhstan or wherever the fuck.
You're very emotional.
Because you're a mixed breed as
You're
well.
very emotional.
I ain't
You're
getting emotional.
like
yet.
50
You know,
years
I'm
old.
getting
Look how
Because
emotional
I'm a
you are.
fucking patriotin, and everyone knows on this fucking live that I'm a patriotin. So, you know, go fuck yourself.
Your parents
You're
must be
backward.
first cousins,
You're
clearly.
backward.
Look how you're manifesting.
Stupid cunt.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're
Nobody
welcome.
asked you
You're
to
welcome.
square up
Prick.
on another person. So shut up.
It's very upset.
I ain't upset, bruv. I'm just telling you facts, bro.
Sound
You're
like
a
you're
cunt.
crying. You're 50 years old. You got
All
no
right, Mihaly,
emotional
I want to
control.
hear
First
that
of all,
context.
You
Mihaly,
first of all, I'm
you must be
41.
offended by the truth.
First, yeah, of course I'm offended
So
because
which
anyone that
relation
talks
were your
about my
parents? First or
place,
second? Be
anyone that
honest now.
talks
Don't
about
run
my
from the
place,
question.
like, you know what? Anyone that talks about my place, saying that my people, okay, yeah, are fucking backwards because we're inbred, okay, yeah, and we're all this, okay, then you know what? Of course, I'm gonna
What
get
do you
my
think
back.
inbreeding does to people? What do you think?
Listen, bro. You're an
You don't
inbred
know.
yourself,
You
bro.
don't know.
You're an inbred yourself, bro.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But Mihaly, what's
First
the
of
next
all,
part?
Most
What's the
of, do you
part
know,
after?
hold up.
most of the,
I
most
don't
of
know
the
how that's possible, seeing my Yaya and Bapur from two different villages, one in the north, one in the south, but okay.
First of
Doesn't
all,
matter.
to
Doesn't
racist,
matter. What you think? You think the
to
genetic
throw.
fucking
Hold
Ask
up,
for
man.
Mateo. Let Mateos.
Yeah, let
Mike
Mateo. He's
explain.
been waiting to speak for about 20
Been
minutes. Go
waiting
on, my little
patiently
Scottish friend.
before views, though, man.
First of all, to racist someone is out of the rules, man. Second of all, to say someone is backwards, that's your fault also. And third, most important thing was the issue regarding to DNA and resource and all everything about the solution in Cyprus. Because this is what I'm trying to find out, and mostly everyone regarding towards your question and say whether the Cyprus were well relative to Levantines and whatnot. It doesn't really matter. It's 2026, not 1974 anymore. That's
Hey,
done.
Mateo, you're
It's
Dei
done
Yasko
news.
Chezo, bro.
Ξέρω είμαι
I don't know what that is.
να μπορώ να κάνω.
I
Ξέρω
wouldn't
και
have
πια,
gone.
ρε φίλε.
Yeah, you got a point. Got a point. Can you answer that, Mihaly?
I gave my stance already when Mike came up. Me and Mike came to a conclusion already. I'm not repeating myself constantly. And I know he was on the panel, so no disrespect to him, but me and Mike had that conversation and we came to a mutual agreement of what a cleared up Cyprus would look like.
Ρε φίλε,
For both
history
Greek
is
Cypriots and
history.
Turkish
He's for
Cypriots.
BBF. Mihaly's for
History is
BBF under
history.
the right circumstances. Is that right,
The,
Mihaly?
his- the
Sorry, say
history
that
is
again.
history, ρε φίλε. It doesn't change anymore. History is history. As
Sorry,
done.
who am I speaking to?
Speaking to Mateos, the
Oh,
Scottish guy.
Mike just called me. Okay, go on there, Mateus.
I was gonna say over there, the history is history. It's not gonna change whatsoever. It's past tense, that's it. You can't really complain about it much more. It's done.
Dudon Sosto.
But that's the problem. The problem is he's using ancient intertwinings of people and then using it to formulate a solution. Correct?
Who, GALT?
Well, he's formulating where people are from, and he took it very, very far back, yeah, and then come closer and was talking about interbreeding, and then he's using that for his argument for what the solution should be. True or false?
But
But that's his Malakia over there.
Is that true or
His
false,
Malakia.
Mike? What's his name? Sorry, Mihaly. Is that true or false?
You answered already. The
But
host.
I come in halfway. You have to forgive me, bro. Give me a little bit of leeway.
Mike, respectfully, Master, nothing against you. I've said my stance already 4 times. I really don't want to repeat it for the 5th time.
Okay, cool.
If
Michael,
look,
I'll ask Michael.
I
It's all right,
believe
it's all
the
right, bro.
island, I
It's
believe
okay.
Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots should get along. If Mike wants to continue my point, I think he
Yeah,
remembers.
he believes in a united Cyprus, but he wants to send some settlers back, basically. And we
On
talked
both
hypothetically
sides,
about
yeah.
number. And we said if there's 500,000 Turkish Cypriots and settlers, if let's say 100,000 they agreed to send back, he would be happy with that. That's what we said.
Not just these people, also including Jews, obviously.
Yeah, we got to send them back as well. But Mihaly, what was after that? Okay, so we got to the bit, we're inbred, we're backwards. What was the bit you was going to say?
No, listen. Look, I think when I was saying backward, I'm not saying specifically people on the panel, but the Cypriot community, respectfully, a lot of them are backwards down to this interbreeding. And I'm not. I know the guy at the comments, he started crying because maybe he has interbreeding in his family. I don't know.
Mihaly. No, this is why I disagree with you. I just think that we was a backwards country for a long time.
No, it isn't that. It's down to the island being so small and the villages being small. That's why people married one another. It's not down to the fact, like what you're saying. When you're a small island, a small nation, that's just what happens. We can see it historically in many cases. Within
Mihalis, you've
Malta.
got 40
I don't think that's a problem
Cypriots
in the
in this
Cypriot
chat,
community.
and not one single one of them agrees with you, bro. How you gonna argue
No,
that?
they did.
No,
Peg did.
that's
Peg
fine.
agreed
Look,
with him, Sof. Peg
listen,
agreed
that's
with him.
I
listen,
agree with what he's saying about the intermarrying, but I still
listen,
think
Not that
listen.
bad.
That's fully fine, host.
100 years ago, of course they were. I'll tell you now, I don't think they were marrying their first cousins. I
No,
don't.
I'm
No,
not
no, no,
talking
no,
about.
no.
I'm not talking about the
Cousins, yeah,
inbreeding.
I agree to that.
I'm not talking
Mike,
about the
Mike,
inbreeding.
Mike,
I'm talking about the stuff that Mihalis was saying earlier.
yeah, Mike, the
Mihalis.
Orthodox Church banned first cousin marriage. Only second and third was allowed. The Archbishop of Cyprus made a document during, I think, the 1800s, because obviously, you know, like what happens
I
when
know of second cousin marriages. I've known of it in the long past, but not first cousin. And even to this day, third cousin marriages are not even frowned upon. Like,
Guys,
I'm going
let's
to be honest with
let's
you.
move on from this.
Genetically speaking, I still find it weird. But if it's
I find it weird. I
cultural
wouldn't-
norm in your society, fair play to you.
Let's move on from this.
Okay, marry your third cousins, guys. Don't worry about it.
Mashallah. Host,
No,
listen.
don't mashallah that one, bro. Don't mashallah that one.
Listen, host. People disagree with.
What's the
people.
cutoff? 1 minute, guys. What's the cutoff? Fourth? What do we say? Fifth? Sixth? I think fourth.
Keep it
Genetically,
moving, walk a bit further to the
No,
next
no,
But
wait.
page.
even royal family used to marry each other cousins.
and Jam, why do you think they all look funny? Have
They
you seen
don't
the
look
old?
funny.
Do you know
Have
what it
you
is?
not
bruv?
seen
They
the old
got blood
paintings in
in
the
them, innit?
1500s of the British
Everyone
family?
look funny in old paintings.
Oh my lord! I don't think you've seen it during like the Tudor era.
Yeah, but the thing is, bruv, look, again, I know you don't want to repeat what you said earlier, yeah? I like it if you can talk for yourself rather than Michael do it for you, yeah? But what does any of this even matter to going forward?
No, I just mentioned it because it was very necessary. Because people on the panel were acting like there was manifesting, so I had to ask. But look, Master, my original point was Cypriots should get along. What Mike said, I fully agree with. I do believe settlers need to go back on both sides. I do believe the Israelis need to leave. They shouldn't be buying our land, because what's going to happen? Cyprus is just going to become part of Greater Israel. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, because I know these lives are...
No, you got
We said all the time.
problem we've got,
You ain't saying, you ain't saying nothing new. You ain't saying nothing new.
a lot of these people that are buying the land, they've got dual European
The only
citizens.
thing you've said new tonight is interbreeding. Everything else you've said has been spoke about 100 times. Do you know what I mean? But normally, it's true, right? But normally,
Inbreeding's a new one, yeah.
yeah, it's a new one. Other than that, there's nothing you can say that hasn't been said. But generally, what we do, you know what tends to happen? You'll get a newbie up here that will go, "Did you know that the flag was created by a Turkish Cypriot?" And then we know exactly where that person's starting their thought processes from. They have no education on it. You know, when I came in, I was nowhere near what I know now, as many other people. Normally, when we have this conversation, we're looking at Cyprus as a whole and in today. We do go back to probably 1960, 50 even. We try not to take it too far back past that, because it just gets smashed up. It's already a lose-lose scenario as it is.
Master, I fully agree with what Mike said earlier. We're talking about modern-day Cyprus. 1960s is the perfect time.
This current conflict we're talking about now, all right, historically, yeah, it did start with the Ottomans, etc. But this conflict we're talking about now starts in 1960. It's what happened 1960 onwards that matters. In the
Guys, I
reservation.
feel like we were getting somewhere with the settlers earlier with Mihalis. You guys, he said he had an idea. He said he had an idea to get rid of 100,000, and I don't think we finished
I
that
missed
conversation.
it. No, I didn't hear that.
And I just want to know from Mihalis.
Would you disagree, host, with 100,000? Do you think
How are
that's
you
true?
gonna pick 100,000 people? What's the criteria?
What's the
Well,
criteria?
the criteria is going to be, I know you're probably going to be against it, but we should do DNA test.
Would you do like a little lottery?
I know that's going to be
Do
silly.
you want to pull straws?
No, he's saying, he knows that's going to be silly.
I
But if you
can
know it's going to be
understand-
silly, why would you pick it though? Like,
Because you've asked for a solution. I'm going to go through
Can I
that.
ask you something, Mihaly, seriously now? Would you, like, say you're the negotiator for the Greek Cypriots and you're sitting on the table and then you're sitting there talking with Erdogan about this. Would you say that to Erdogan, the way we're going to do this is from a
I'll
DNA?
just slap him and tell him to take these people back.
How do you think that's
Someone
going to
please, we was getting somewhere serious.
Imagine a Greek Cypriot doing a DNA test, yeah, and finding out that they're not thoroughbred from Cyprus. Now what does that mean? They lose all claim?
No, look, let's
Well,
just.
that's what you're saying, though.
No, Listen,
Go on,
okay.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
If a
Go on.
Turkish person does a DNA test and a Cypriot Turk does a DNA test, there's going to be a big difference between these two people.
Not
Now,
necessarily.
what Mike? Wait, please,
Go
just
on.
let me finish.
Go on, go on,
What
go on.
what Mike said earlier, I fully agree with that. The settlers that come, many of them mixed with Turkish Cypriots. I fully agree with that. So I think those ones, so their child is going to be Turkish Cypriot and Turkish. I agree that what Mike said, these people should stay on the island. But those who are still fully Turkish, genetically, they should go back to Turkey.
So anyone who tests fully Turkish on the north, and anyone who
Basically, zero
and
Cypriot
anyone who
DNA.
tests fully Greek in the south.
No, it's
they
not
need-
fully. That's still straw man in what I'm saying.
Oh no,
If
but
they-
that probably I thought it's even though. Are we getting even out here? Like, what's the
No,
why
but
just
these-
Turkish?
oh,
No,
look,
I'm being serious. I'm not even
no,
playing
but
mind games, bro.
Master,
Like,
at this point, respectfully, we should just invite 300,000 English people come over, 300,000 Russians. We might as well just all mix and the Cypriot identity
no, but
that's
bro,
unalive for 50 years.
No,
We
no,
might as well
stop,
do it.
stop being defensive because I think I'm speaking quite honestly and respectfully to you. Yeah, like this is a debate, right? So fair enough, you might have it figured out in your mind, but you have to get me there. Okay, what I'm trying to say is what you've said is on the north, if they test half Cypriot, you're
No,
still
it's not even. No, it's not even that. I'm saying if the settlers come and mix with children. Sorry, mix not. No, sorry, that's like.
that's
if they
worse
mix,
than
if they
incest,
mix
bro.
with
Go on,
Turkish
go on.
Cypriots and the child is Turkish Cypriot and Turkish, then that family can stay. But
Yeah,
my
that's
point
what
is,
I'm
I'm saying the ones that have come over.
Yes, that's what I've said. But what I'm saying to you is,
Yeah.
you just said, I was just summarizing to you. Yeah, what I'm summarizing back to you what I heard you say. If someone tests half Turkish Cypriot and half fully Turkish, they can stay. But if they test fully Turkish, they can go, right? And that's that part. What I'm
Yes,
saying
because
to you is,
I wouldn't classify them as a Cypriot.
okay, no, I hear you. But what I'm saying is, does the same rule apply, given that, remember, the island was given back to Cypriots, yeah? So therefore, the indigenous people, which is really where your whole claim's been tonight in terms of DNA. So wouldn't the same ruling apply in the South to say DNA test is run again, and if you catch any full-breds, Greek, yeah, like imagine they could have been passing the Cypriots and getting with mainland Greeks and no one knows, they got to go too. That's what you're saying though, right?
Listen,
It's got to be
the
at least 50,000 Galamaraz inside,
listen,
at least.
this is like, Master, I think you was like presupposing I had a different view. Even if there's mainland degrees, they still need to go as well.
That's what I'm saying to you. So, but you're doing it on DNA. So what I'm
Yes,
saying
and
is,
that's why we need to base it on DNA. Because if we have these mainlanders that are over,
Hadi, you're an intelligent man, yeah? You sound like you've been to university or something. You can't
Mind that
the
university.
modern world, bruv. Do a DNA test and send them back. Are they there? You know what you're saying is Malak is. That's what we're trying to say to you. It's a Malak, yeah, what you're saying, bro.
it's mad as well, because you know what it is, bro? Like, I'm British, innit? Like, I'm Turkish Cypriot. My mum and dad are both born in Cyprus. Mum on the south, dad on the north, but both Turkish Cypriot. But I see myself as British, yeah? That's like England tomorrow saying, we're going to run a DNA test. And if you're not coming back as a pure Saxon or Norman, you're gone.
okay, that's
Like,
fine. With this
do we
logic,
stand with that, though?
no,
Like,
that's fine. With this logic, then no one should care about what's going on in Palestine. We shouldn't care about the Israelis then, because
shouldn't
with
we
the
care
same
on that
with
logic?
the same logic, they're not
let
even
him
from.
land. I'm curious about
No, because with the same logic, these people are not even genetically from the country, and they've settled there since 1948.
Yo, JLT, I got
So
a question.
we shouldn't care. We shouldn't care
Israelis or
about Israel.
Palestinians are you talking about?
No, Israelis, guys.
Yeah, but we don't think they should be there. But
Exactly, the same way that
unfortunately, they were a displaced people in a certain time in history, and then they were gifted that through all the. But same like when
Land was never given to them. This is
no, but
madness.
bro, we talk
Well,
about the
probably
Ottoman
for
Empire
3,000
taking
years ago,
Cyprus,
bro.
but Britain
Never.
annexed it. Okay, Britain does this. This is what happens. Like what I'm saying is, yes, there is. Look, there's a difference between legality. We spoke about this the other day on another live. There's a big difference between what's legally right and what's morally right. Okay, and you can't. I don't think DNA will get you to morally right. I don't even think it will breach on legally right.
Okay, Master, can I
Truthfully.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Would you say that preserving Cypriot identity is important or not?
I think It is,
Like,
yes, of course.
this guy sounds
But,
worse than me the other night, man.
before I just you run with that, yeah.
Yeah.
I also think separate identity doesn't just mean what their genetic makeup is, because someone
Exactly.
who's been there for a very long time, who's a contributing member of society, paying into his taxes, you know, picking up villages, picking up kids, doing all the right stuff for the people, they have earned their right and their place. Okay, so I don't think it comes down to genetics, bro. No, I think to answer your question, yes, it does matter, but not
Yeah,
genetically.
I'm against mass immigration, but what you're saying is just ridiculous, bro.
Why?
About DNA testing the people that's on the island, and we'll send the Russians back.
That was one of the solutions.
This is not a real life solution, though.
Yeah, that's one of the solutions.
I think that's very childish, Mihalis.
Yeah,
You can't just say you're from,
No
not
way,
from
I'm
this country,
getting
go back.
justice.
You're a very intelligent man as well. I can tell you're intelligent.
Yeah.
But
I agree, you're very intelligent. That doesn't suit.
Look, we've gone through
Listen,
the
listen.
mountains with each other.
That
now.
was
We can be
referring
nice.
to one of the steps. The second step,
Yeah.
we can have a look from 1974 who came over.
Yeah.
Turkey did, obviously.
And from that
But
way, I say
then again, Mihalis, there are a lot of people during Ottoman era,
yeah.
with the help of the church in Cyprus, came to Cyprus from Greece and Greek islands.
Yeah.
Then how are we
okay.
going to identify those people and send them back to Greece?
Okay, but Jan, then okay, I'm gonna answer your question. Can I just
That
say
shouldn't
one
be the
thing?
case anyway.
Can I just say one thing? Would you be against if we got 300,000 mainland Greeks right now and settled them in Cyprus, in the southern part? Do you think
From
that's
Greece?
a problem? Yeah.
If
I think that's a massive problem.
if you've been isolated and Greece is helping you and you
do you
have
know what
nowhere
they
to
do?
go, your safety is number one. And number two, if there are no doctors, no engineers, no help, no one there, and you need them, yes, bring them. Because
Okay,
that's going to
this is-
help your society grow.
Do you know the EU's open borders? You know this, innit?
Yeah, but I know, but the point
100,000 Italians could pick to go to. Where's Tony in the comments?
I think our views on
100,000
things.
Italians could
I
decide
think-
tomorrow they want to go live in Cyprus, and that's that. It's the
I
fucking.
think can I say something? I think I think you guys like view on what it means to be Cypriot is very different to mine. I think yours is based around like identity. For me, there's a cultural, linguistic, and a genetic continuity which all plays important. And for me personally,
Brilliant. Go on, I
wait,
wanna
please let
answer
me finish, please.
Yeah, I will. Sorry, I will. But I wanna
These
answer
three
that.
things are very important for what it means to be Cypriot. And what I'm trying to say is, being Cypriot, if you don't have the DNA, that don't make you Cypriot. Like, I live in England, I don't believe I'm British.
Really?
Even though I may have a British citizenship.
So you're.
What do you believe you are? What,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where I was born.
Where were you born?
Where was you born?
That's irrelevant.
Well, we need to know it is relevant. You made it relevant.
If I was born on a
Yeah,
stone
I
in
was
the
born
middle
in
of the
Cyprus,
sea,
but it's
if I was
irrelevant.
born on the P&O yacht, bro, between England
Yeah,
and
I
France,
was born in Cyprus. Can we
I'm
just
a
stick with the
mermaid.
topic, please?
No, but I'm just saying, bro. Like you said, linguistically
I think you're just angry
and
you can't
culturally.
leave Cyprus.
Yeah, but linguistically and culturally, could be someone who's lived there for a very long time.
Yeah, I have no Syrian DNA.
The chat feels like they sussed you out and that you're half Syrian, Nihali. That's not what I'm saying. That's apparently that's what the chat's saying. That you're half
Yeah,
Syrian.
no, like I can tell my camera right now to show you my arms. Syrians are brown people.
It don't even matter what you are, bro.
Cypriots are brown
the thing is,
too.
What's a brown people? If I showed you a picture of my dad,
If you saw me, I look more like a Northern European.
if I showed you a picture
It
of my
doesn't
dad,
matter what you look like. Cyprus doesn't mean everyone is brown, everyone is white, everyone is
Respectfully,
blonde.
respectfully, when we look at Cypriots, most of them have the same sort of
Can I ask you a
phenotype:
question?
black hair, brown eyes.
no, they
Can I ask
don't.
you a
Man.
question?
My dad had dark skin like an Indian, and his sister had blonde hair, blue eyes. You don't know
JLT,
about
can I ask you a
Cypriot DNA.
question?
Cypriot DNA is mad.
Yes, Ken.
Ken,
Hello.
where did you get 100,000
100,000 what?
Turks?
It's hypothetical.
Mike is the one who asked me that. I didn't say that number.
I'll
He's the-
fill Ken in. I'll fill Ken in. Ken, basically, I said to him, we can't ask them all to go back. And I said, in order to have a united Cyprus, would you be willing to negotiate to have settlers stay? And he said, what number would you give me? I said, okay, out of 500,000, we'll send back 100,000. And he said he would accept it. That's where the 100,000 number come from. I made it up.
Okay. And where would you send these people?
Back to Turkey, where they come from.
Why back to Turkey?
Because that's their genetic homeland.
Oh,
That's
Hey, can I
that's
ask you
so
something?
if they don't want to go back,
still should go back.
what
We
do you
still
do?
should.
You shoot them, or you force them, or
My first step would be we pay them. I mean, I
if they
don't
don't
see.
want the money?
I
Do you
don't
know,
see.
sir, do you know this?
I was
Listen,
trying to.
let me give you a little bit of
You
fact.
you asked me a question though.
Yeah, I know. Just let me give you a bit of fact, and you can answer
Okay.
the question. These people, they come in 1974 onwards. So, and most of these people, they're hardworking. They work the land. Okay, in 1974, land wasn't that valuable. Now the land, some of the lands they hold, is very, very valuable. So how much are you going to pay them?
Pay them nothing for that.
You pay nothing for that.
Yes.
Mihaly, earlier you said
you want to get
would
rid of
sort
them.
out reparations. That's not what you said
No,
earlier.
I didn't. No, I didn't use that. That word was never thrown into the mix. You said to pay. You said to pay them to go back to their historical land, which they're genetically from, culturally from, and linguistically,
What are
most
you
of them
going to pay
speak.
them? What are you going to
Huh?
pay them?
Linguistic don't count, not from 74, bro.
That-
They're linguistically Cypriot now, bro.
No,
Listen,
no, then
you
again,
don't
the
think they-
Cypriots should go back to Anatolia
Well, you
and
speak
also
lovely
Greece and
English,
Lebanon.
bro.
But
Your
Jan, you're
linguistics.
speaking about 10,000 years ago. We're speaking
It
about.
doesn't matter how long
Okay,
ago.
okay.
Are you
This is
proposing
then.
we
How
have
can I have a
Anatolia?
conversation with someone who's saying it doesn't matter when we're comparing 30 to 60 years to 10,000 years ago? How can I have a conversation? This is ludicrous. Respectfully,
Do you know what it is, bruv? Honestly.
these time frames are crazy.
Look,
John, what you offering me in Anatolia?
we've rubbed shoulders
Inside
and we've
Villa.
battled a bit now. Yeah, we can calm it down. We can be cool. I've learned stuff and had to concede some things throughout times through my own narrative understanding or narrow-mindedness or brainwashing even, yeah? And I have to understand some things and give up a few things. I want to know, can you? Because just factually, tonight, you haven't really had much support on your approach. Would that not suggest to you that maybe some of your ideas are flawed or thought processes are flawed?
No, because numerous
Haven't you
times,
listening to him, Master Gas? Haven't you
numerous
listened to him?
I am, but I'm just trying to get to the bottom. Let him answer though.
numerous times, my position. Okay.
You're wasting time here.
Look, we all talk over each other. It's okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand. He sounds like an elderly man, so that's why. It's
No,
okay.
can I be safe, man? He's one of us. Everyone's one of us. Everyone on here is one of us. Go on, answer though, bro. Go on.
My positions many times were straw mans. No one actually gave me an argument against what my original claim was. When I came,
What's the argument? What my argument is, this ain't gonna work in the modern world.
no, but you, Mike, you asked.
Running in the modern world, bruv. You know it as well. This is a
Mike,
Pilates.
but Mike, you asked me, or was it the host? You asked me why I believed in Gnosis, and I told you why. That's what the original conversation was. I don't know if it was the host. I don't even know if he's still here.
So then why did we agree to a republic in 1960?
Oh, look, that's irrelevant. We know why we.
Oh, that's all that's relevant. Do you know what? That's all relevant because that's the last time we sat down at the table like gentlemen.
And we were idiots. But that's irrelevant.
Okay, we were idiots, but we sat down there and agreed to have a republic, independent, sovereign nation, and we fucked it up. You understand? That's where the story begins.
Listen, I don't disagree with you. Everything you're saying is true. We did.
This is the greatest shame in Cyprus. How we were so stupid to let this get to this situation, and we played our part in it.
Do you know what it is as well, right? He said he feels like no one's come at his narrative, and he feels like he's been straw manned, yeah? Basically, we're misrepresenting or we're oversimplifying things, not allowing his point to be unpacked and explored, yeah? But the point I'm making is, it can't be unpacked and explored when your sole proprietary way of seeing things is DNA. Given that we know the whole world is mixed at some point or other, there is no thoroughbred, there is no purebred. So there's no straw manning on the back of that alone.
May I
So
respond?
how can you use that as an argument?
May I respond? I fully agree with you. Civilizations mix with one another. This is historically and genetic the case. Still renders it mute though, and I'll tell you why. If someone has a lack of Cypriot DNA, they are not Cypriot. I don't care in terms of modern day sense. If you're born there, you're Cypriot. If you have no historical continuity to that land or genetic continuity, you are not from that land. You may be living in that land.
900 years, bro. 900 years.
What about this?
Who's been in? Wait, Dennis. Who's been in Cyprus 900 years?
Whatever the years are, we've been there.
You
for a
don't
long
even
time.
know the time frame. Please go read the book, then we'll have the conversation.
See, look, when someone says that and then you say that, you disrespect and then don't like it when they come after your argument.
I don't
This is what
care if
meant
people
about-
disrespect me.
I know,
900
but
years
bro,
ago,
he just said
Anatolian
900 years.
Turkmens were
What I'm
not
saying
even
is,
in
let's have a respectful debate, innit? Like, if you know the time frame, so we know the
Sorry,
Ottoman Empire
600
was there
years.
for 300 years.
Okay,
yeah?
Dennis, I apologize if I offended you.
No, but to be
Yeah,
fair,
I'm
just
not
correct me
even
on
trying to
this one
boil you up
historical
like that. I'm
point.
just saying, like, this
Not
is
that I'm
what I
trying to
said
be.
earlier. I feel like
not
your
that I'm trying to be a
communicative
Turkish
skills,
supervisor,
No,
but-
yeah,
rebel.
you would get more done.
No, I was just
if you
playing,
just
I'm sorry.
come at it a
Rebel, I
different way.
said
That's
you
my
look
bad.
Pakistani. I didn't say you look Palestinian.
1 minute, you won't tell us where you're from, but yet you're slagging him off and looking Pakistani.
I mean, dude, bro, I have a question. Let's say I say I'm 100% Greek. I mean, I still want to call myself a Turk. Why does that matter?
That's fine if that's how you want to identify. Genetically, you're not that friendly.
It doesn't matter.
That's
Everybody.
what I'm saying he is now. That's what he's
Everybody's
saying
a mod.
now. He's telling you in your face, I don't give a shit what my DNA says. I'm a
Yeah,
Turk.
that's fine. That's fine.
It's
That's
kind
how
of you've kind of sold my argument here. Like what you're saying is what people identify as and what they truly are is, from your perspective, is defined by DNA
Brother,
strictly.
Master G, I'm
Yeah?
truly a Turk, even if my DNA says
No, that's
100%
cool.
Japanese.
Look,
Japanese.
look,
Forget Greece.
I understand what you're saying, Dennis, yeah, but the point he's saying, right, and I just want to rebuttal his point. He's saying that we can identify as a flip-flop, and that's okay. But genetically, we're not whatever we are. We only are what our DNA says we are.
Right.
So even if you're descendant from the very first Ottoman that landed on Cyprus, just use Cyprus for the argument's sake here, 300 odd years ago, after that many generations, you're still not that. Yet, every single Cypriot, that land was once barren and that land was once empty before the first man stepped on it. So therefore, that first man is deemed the first Cypriot, but his DNA would not be that either. So this is why it doesn't matter. DNA is sheerly is informational around how many different cultures are within you. It's not to identify who you are or where you belong. So
Wait,
to
the
use
master,
that
may I
argument
ask
is
you a
awful,
question?
bro.
So you know what Dennis was saying, that even if he was 100%, he would still identify as a Turk. Let's say we have. So you live in England. I'm from North London. Yeah.
I'm red, white, and blue, bro. Like British, mate. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say in North London
You
we
could
have
never
a
take
group.
that from me, respectfully. Like, go on, yeah, go on.
Okay, that's fine. Let's say in North London we have a group of like 10,000 Englishmen, and they all say we are Cypriot. We identify as Cypriot. Do you believe they're Cypriot now?
Do they have
No,
any sort of history?
I believe
No.
a Cypriot is someone you might have lineage to the island, but a true Cypriot can also be someone who has no lineage to the island, but is a contributing member for quite a long time, has learnt the cultures, has learnt the linguistics. Like one sector, yeah, has learnt all that. So that person can be, yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good explanation.
Ed,
Yeah.
hold on a
Go on,
minute.
bro. What's happening?
GLT,
Huh?
GLT, you've come up here tonight and you've made all these sort of claims and stupid claims, and I've just sussed you out. You're a silly child. At the end of the day, what's my wife got to do with your comments?
Bro.
You just belittled yourself, you stupid boy.
Can I say something in this life?
Bro,
The Venetians pissed off now.
My
bro.
wife
No.
would my
Respectfully,
wife
the
wouldn't
WAP's
even
not involved. Let's forget the WAPs.
Hey,
The master. Back to the original
No,
claim.
you can't.
I can. I can
No,
say
you
what I want. I
really,
can.
really,
don't mess with
really
Italian
can't,
men.
bro.
Don't mess with
Really
Italians.
can't. Bruv, if you want to stay here, yeah, you're gonna hold some decorum, cuz. Yeah?
Because if I catch you, I'll slap your face into pieces.
Yeah?
boy.
You can't
Shut
call
up.
a man a
Push
wolf or nothing.
with old man.
Let's all calm down.
Listen, this
You're
old
an
man
old
will
man.
put you
You're
your
going to be
place
in a
before you even
retirement
know.
home soon.
Listen, I will have you in Epping Forest before you even know. So shut the fuck up.
Please,
There you go, Uncle Tony. There you go,
All
Uncle.
right, shut the fuck up.
Simple.
Why are you emotional? Why do you need to swear?
Emotional? Listen, you talk about my wife, I'll get fucking emotional.
Oh, she Budana.
There we go,
All right.
Uncle Tony.
Wait,
Have some respect.
Tony, you won't do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Dama did
Wow, this is getting personal.
You're an old man.
This is getting personal. Tony,
Where
what do
are
you
you
want
from
to
in
do,
North
mate?
London, Tony?
Tony, what do you want to do? Do you want to take him on or should I drop him?
Slap him, man.
You're a clown, man. You're not even relevant to the topic.
You got personal.
Master, we're going to continue our conversation or not?
5-minute time.
Don't get personal, Mihalis. Don't get personal.
That's fine. I don't need to.
The thing is, he's digging in
Host, I
even more.
don't need to address him. That's fine. I
We
don't
don't
need
get
to address
personal. We don't get personal.
We'll stick with what Master was
You
saying.
addressed me already. I ain't gonna let you speak. You can carry
Mia,
on
can
as
you
like.
first of all can you apologize to Tony's and his wife for
He ain't getting an apology, respectfully, John. I don't mind leaving
Yeah,
if
no,
that's the
what
case.
about nobody's asking you to talk.
John, I want to respect the host.
Shut up,
I want to respect the host rules. So
Idiot.
if he wants me to leave, respectfully, I'll leave.
Go, leave.
If that's the host's like a thing.
See you later.
To be
Child.
fair, Mihaly, you're not listening to our point of view. You're not listening. You're not.
Mike, I've heard your
He's
position.
come here and belittled everybody.
I went along with your position for a while.
Listen, Master said it before. I think you're on the spectrum. You need to go and get tested. See you later.
See you later.
Yeah, it's very.
Why are you crying on
You have no respect for nobody, not even
Only
your
I'm
own.
here for you.
Let's find your genetic
Guys, calm down,
Let's
man.
not be emotional. We're all grown men.
genetics
We don't
sorted
need to
out.
be
Go
emotional.
away,
Let's just
man. Go
continue
away,
the
man.
conversation.
Not emotional. You need to respect people, all right, and stop being a little
Why
bitch.
do I need to respect you? Tell me why I need to respect you.
Because you don't need to start saying
Why
shit
do I
that
need to
doesn't-
respect you? Who are you
Well,
to me?
firstly, you
Where
already said you
you
think he's
going?
older. So ultimately, we do have respect for our elders. Number one.
Yeah,
Number two, when the man come up and said to you, yeah, what's his wife got to do with it? Instead of saying, all right, cool, you know what, I retract. You dug deeper, yeah, and started saying Budana and all these other madness. Like how do you expect us to respect your point of view, but yet you can spit on anybody else? Don't be a bad man because you don't know what that means.
Master, I fully agree. If that's how.
Well, then say sorry. Then what's wrong
No.
with you?
Wait. If that's how you feel, that's fine. But I don't want no one to respect my view. The
But
host.
you want to have a debate.
The host.
There's
No,
rules
but
to
it
the
wasn't.
debate.
It wasn't. Oh, okay.
You ain't got a view. You're a child. Deal with it.
Tony, you've only been here like 30 minutes. You haven't even seen what the
Jay,
argument
I've
was.
been here for years.
Just Tony, please name my argument.
Listen, Mihalis, I'm going to leave it to the
Wake
panel.
up.
I'm going to leave it to the panel.
Rebel,
guys.
come up.
You
Rebel,
guys
come up.
vote. If you want him,
Wake up.
keep him. If
Wake
you
up.
don't want
You
him, we'll
won't do
drop him.
anything. You look like a homosexual. You're pouting in your photo. Please, respectfully.
Panel, off or on?
Off. And fuck off.
He's got to go in it. He's got to go. Like, you know what I mean?
got to
Come
be
back
back,
another day
bro.
with respect and
Yeah.
niceness. Then yeah, but I can
No,
debate
fine.
that.
Look, it's fine. Host, I'll respect
Alright,
you.
alright,
I'll drop
message
down
me
for
where
5
you want me
minutes.
to meet you and I'll meet you, you fucking mouthy prick.
Tell him. He's a
Yani
fucking little
şey
man.
var.
I'll be putting a for ya.
Calm down. Like he said a lot of things that were.
Why is it these people always resort to bringing mothers and wives into it?
Because you got nothing else.
It's a shame. It's an actual shame, yeah. Because we went at him earlier because he was saying some mad bullshit about everyone. He toned it down. We toned it down. We started having a decent conversation. He's coming from a different place that we don't hear. It's good for the live, but then he just goes and digs in like that. It's mad. It don't make no sense. Like it spits in the face of like not respect, but common sense.
On my mother's life, I'll go there right now. Yeah, whatever. Then. You're a child. Get on with it.
Exactly.
It's just common sense. Like if we're gonna debate, you've got to have to hold some decorum, man.
Exactly. If you're gonna debate, you talk. You do not start slagging people off. You do not start. You do not start degrading people with special needs. You do not. You're not.
I asked him if he's on the spectrum. In fairness,
No.
I'll hold my hand up to that.
He was
But
already
don't forget,
calling
I've got a
people
daughter on the spectrum,
names.
so I'm listening to him, and I'm thinking his communicative skills are awful, but yet he's very intelligent. So I'm sitting there going, "You're on the spectrum."
I wanted to let him finish because I wanted to ask him what he thinks about epigenetics. So if you're still here, Mihalis, you know about genetics, but look into epigenetics and how genes change based on regions and locations. Just remember that.
You know, listen, Mihaly made some good points. But at one point, I even added him. I thought he was all right, but he switched up real quick. But
Yo, Uncle Tony, he's giving you an address. Uncle Tony,
Listen, I've been here long. I can tell what these people are like, man.
Everything we spoke about tonight was a complete fucking waste of time.
Exactly. You just wasted 3 hours. You wasted 3 hours.
Yeah, we did.
Is it
Guys,
relevant?
we spent almost 1 hour just to listen to his crap.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. 1 hour of waste of fucking time.
You know what, Mateos, you sound like an interesting guy, man. Tell us your story.
My story, what can I say?
How did you end up in Scotland?
Scotland, I left in 2011, I think I left.
You left from Cyprus, yeah? You left from Cyprus.
Yeah, I left Cyprus. No, actually, it was 2014, sorry. I left 2014 from Cyprus, came in Scotland, new life. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Where do you live now, bro?
Me?
Yeah, that
Outside
country.
of Glasgow.
Oh, outside of Glasgow. I thought I could hear a little bit Scottish there. I thought I could.
It's the first time I'm hearing a Cypriot, like, Scottish.
Yeah.
A little bit in Greek. I don't know. It's confusing.
But do you see, how long have you been there, bro?
Where in Cyprus or
No,
Scotland?
in Glasgow, Scotland side. Never mind.
Scotland, about 12, 13 years so far, my friend.
Do you deem yourself as Scottish or not? Because it's different for you because you wasn't born there and you was raised somewhere else for a majority of your life. But how do you view yourself? Do you see yourself as a foreigner in that land?
Honestly, I can count myself as totally speaking a Scottish accent, but I don't really say I'm really born Scottish, if that makes sense.
Now, if you was born there, say your
Yeah.
mum and dad moved there before while she was pregnant with you, and you was
Yeah.
born there and you had a full Scottish accent, you think
Yeah.
it would be different?
Definitely, yeah.
You think so? It's true,
Yeah,
innit? Little things like that make a difference, right?
Big difference, my friend.
But this
big
is the
difference.
point. None of it ever matters on DNA, does it? None of it. It's all
No,
about
not a
how you
single
see
shit
yourself, what
religion.
you culturalize with, what your vernacular's like. Everything comes down to that. So it was interesting to talk about DNA, but I don't think it makes anyone.
Wait, are you a Cypriot or Turkish Cypriot? What are
I'm
you?
Turkish Cypriot.
All right, okay.
But I'm born and bred in London. As far as I'm concerned, I'm British. Do you know what I mean? But
Because I do recognize like an English accent from yourself.
yeah,
That's
I'm
why.
born here. This is where I'm born. You know,
Alright,
so
okay.
long time. So to me, I'm British. This is my home. And I say this
Alright.
now. If a war broke out tomorrow on your shores in Scotland, yeah, you're gonna defend your home, right? You're gonna fight for your where you live, no?
Exactly.
Bro, this is
You
what I'm
got a
saying.
point, yeah.
Lineage don't matter anymore, does it?
Nah, DNA and all that shit don't need that.
It don't
Master,
matter
are you a
anymore.
big fan of Tottenham? Tottenham?
Oh, don't be silly. I'm the other side. Don't take the piss now. You saw my badge. Don't take the piss.
You're gonna start a real argument now.
You know what I mean? Get the other guy back up here now. That's it. No, I'm only joking.
But guys, theoretically, I've been into the Turkish side also, and to be honest, I mean in Cyprus, and to be honest, yes, it is interesting. Yes, it's different by the looks, the land, everything. But it's alright also. They're separate. Anyway, what can we say?
Well, we had this conversation the other day on a different live about saying that, you know, if there was Somalians and, you know, Pakistanis and Indians, and if they came over and they, you know, they studied there and then they stayed there and then they, you know, they lived there, even the South, yeah? And they lived there and stayed there and work and contribute. Are they not Cypriot now?
Yeah, I would
You
say
see what
yeah,
I mean?
they can
Like,
be.
you know, because otherwise, if we don't allow for that, then all we're calling for is supremacy.
I mean, I've seen myself a lot of TikTok videos coming from Pakistan and India, like a few employers or students coming over in Cyprus. And to be honest, I say they want a particularly new life, if you can understand that. They want a new life in a personal good country like Cyprus. So a lot of sunshine, a lot of maybe jobs here and there that they prefer, and they got in towards the universities. So yeah, their aspect onto the future. That's how they really produce it so far. Now, see, that's how they see it.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. But he was talking a lot of shenanigans, a lot of malakia.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, 1 hour waste, man, about DNA and this plamada, a lot of that stuff.
It's interesting though. Don't get me wrong. It was interesting.
Yes, interesting, my friend. But theoretically, do we really need to listen to that for 1 hour?
No.
Exactly.
You're right. No, you're right.
Exactly.
You are right. 100% you're right. We don't need that lesson. But it's a break from the norm, isn't it? Because now we're back to the norm now. And stuff ain't happening.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
You want me to bring it back up at this? I think
By the way, they're planning to meet each other and fight each other. That's what they're planning.
It gets heated. Dennis, I don't know if you've been here before, mate, but it does get heated. Usually we sort out the problem and then we all shake hands and we move on, but sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
have a good discussion.
You know what? Like, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna raise it. I don't know if you lot said this earlier on, but the other day, Alex, who's next to me, who was on his live,
Alex.
Greeks and Turkish Cypriots alike watching the England match. Everyone put in 20 quid. Yeah, we're all from different parts. The Turkish Cypriot, Greek Cypriot, always debating about the island. We have different views. We all put in £20 and called a scoreline, and whoever won, we donated it to charity. And Jason won and donated it to Make-A-Wish in Cyprus, on the south side. Now, think about that for a minute. You know, like that's what this comes to. This is what this can generate. Like, it's massive. Like, that was massive as far as I was concerned. Because away from the Cyprus topic, we're all the same. We all talk the same. We all understand the same. We all want right for right and wrong to be banished. But when it comes to Cyprus, for some reason, we have a different view on what right is. But we have to have this discussion respectfully. I know it don't make for good lives, but we still need to maintain that fact.
We all want a peaceful life, guys, in Cyprus. Even if it's the both sides, we all want a peaceful life. That's why there's possibly a guaranteed solution in the future. Hopefully.
Just jump on the back of what Eddie said. I'm doing the same thing on Wednesday if anyone wants to join. You can predict your score.
Yeah, I'll join, mate. 100%.
I'm opening up at 7 o'clock. So you've got from 7 till 8 to pick your score, and then I'll note it down. And then
Alex,
I'm gonna do. Sorry, go on, Ken.
Is this one for the Cypriots?
Or anyone else?
Do we need to prove our DNA?
No, it's for everyone. Everyone. Don't have to.
Do
be
we need to
separate.
prove our DNA first?
Oh, you're banking. You're You're going off after what he said. That guy. Yeah, I need a DNA.
23 of me. You need 23.
And if you haven't got a DNA, you have to have a history.
I need screenshots of your
About
DNA.
2000.
I need birth certificates as well.
Come to think of it, the Cypriots are really Egyptians, so...
And you have to have a 2,000-year history if you don't have the DNA test.
For all the Turkish Cypriots, I need pictures of your circumcised villa.
Right, guys, so basically, we're arguing over Ireland.
I need to see a picture of the hair on your back. Like,
The Turkish Cypriots ain't Turkish. The Greek Cypriots ain't Greek. What the fuck we arguing about then?
Did you know we share our DNA with bananas? 50 to 60%. It's same with bananas.
Oh, you should have led with that one, Ken. See where you would have went with that.
It's true. If you check it, if you Google it, it'll tell you.
Sof, you coming on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll be there. Be there, man.
Send them all back.
Thanks,
He said. Anything else you want? You want catch up on it as well?
Do you know what? I wasn't going to do it about charity because I don't want people to feel pressured. But do you know what? Until the final, I'm going to do it 2 more times. And you're not obligated to donate, by the way. The people that did it the last time, you really don't have to donate again. And it doesn't have to be 20 quid. It could even be £1 or 2 quid. I'm going to do it for 2 more lives. So I'm going to do it for the Wednesday game. And then obviously, if they get to the final, I'll do it for that game as well. But anything raised, when the game's finished, whoever wins, they pick their charity or winners, because they might have the same score. And then we'll donate it at the end of the live on camera to that charity. And so come along, it'll be a good cause.
And don't forget, you guys, the score is for 90 minutes. Okay?
That's where I went wrong the other day.
Alex, don't be Haluk Levent on the money.
Say again?
Don't do what Haluk Levent did
What did
on
he
the
do?
money, on the charity money.
What did he do?
Oh, you know the singer, you know Haluk Levent?
What did he do?
Well, there is a claim that he, during the earthquake in Turkey,
Oh,
he
he stole the
got
money.
Ahbap charity. He raised about like £800 million
Oh
worth
wow.
of money.
800 million.
No, that's
Yep.
not gonna happen.
No, he raised it. He raised that much money during the earthquake. Everyone was donating all around the world.
Turkish
No,
lira.
no. Turkish lira, I don't remember it because it was just like million something. But I
No,
checked
Jan,
it in pounds.
what I
It's
do is I send it at the end of the live. So, for example, before the live closes, I put my camera on and I get my iPad in front and I go onto the site that they
it
choose
was a
and then
joke.
send it there and then, like in front of everyone. And then I screenshot it and post it. So it's legit. We sent
Yeah, I was joking.
€347
In fact,
to Make a Wish in Cyprus.
it cost Alex more to send, 26 pence more.
Well, yeah, the money I received from Cyprus came less and then sending it. But it doesn't matter. I rounded it all off. But yeah, we did a good thing. It was just under €350.
You know what? I saw in
Mind you, it's Theo
Cyprus.
here. They're Theo. I still ain't received your 20 quid. I'm out of pocket, eh?
He sent it by a donkey, bruv. I told you that.
Fucking hell. I don't know
Been
how
on the
he
way a
sent
couple
it.
of
It still
weeks.
hasn't come.
He hasn't got a great Cyprus DNA,
Theo,
that's
you're
why.
banned on Wednesday. I don't want your donations, for fuck's sake.
You know what? I did see Cyprus cancer charity in the festival. Maybe we can donate them as well, if you know.
Well, the
You have
winner.
to join
Let's
in,
talk to the
Jan.
winner.
Yeah, it
You
has
have
to be a
Okay, I'll-
secret cause. That's
You
what I
have to
said.
I'll
join
try
in
to win.
tomorrow.
Everyone picks their charity, man. It shouldn't be Cypriot cause. I mean, Great Ormond Street isn't a Cypriot cause, but that's a
True.
good charity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're all
that's
good
true.
charities. Whoever
Yeah.
wins,
No, you
whoever
look up
wins,
to the
you
person
choose
that
the
wins.
charity. It's simple as that. Last time it was George, and a fantastic childhood cancer.
But yeah, whoever
was
comes
a
on
good one.
Wednesday, honestly, you don't have to donate again from last time, and you don't have to match people. Just do whatever you want. Just donate £1, £3, £2, whatever we collect at the end. We're gonna winners. We'll pick the charity, and we'll send the money off the same evening. So don't feel pressured.
Whose idea was this?
It was collectively everyone. To be honest with you, it started off
Wow,
with
well
a bit
done,
of
guys.
banter.
It was Alex's idea, but
Well done.
keep a score was my idea.
Wow.
But Sahil and Alex started it. They were trying to do a bet.
And Tony, to be fair,
And Tony wouldn't bet. He says he's not a betting man.
So imagine if the minimum outcome from all these lives, all these years, was to actually start donating to charity. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Mate,
saying,
you know what?
bro.
That's a good one.
If you guys go onto my page and read the post that the post I posted, I've put a massive description there, and in detail, it will literally explain to you from top to bottom, even with the joke bet. I literally got ChatGPT to write it. Go and read it, and you'll fully understand how things transpired, because it's not just the donation. It was the way that it all happened. So I'm running a live. I can't send my details to people privately. You had people like Mary inboxing people. Master Gas was inboxing Peg details. You had Andrea in Cyprus getting money off Hassan Ali in the north. You had Andrea getting money off George Jason in the south. Then he collectively collected the money. He sent it to me. You know, it was absolutely amazing the way everyone just pulled together, and it wasn't even planned. It just happened at a click of a finger. It was so random, but it was brilliant.
Alex, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
How much did you raise? Sorry,
€347 to be precise.
Okay, so I mean that's a good chunk of money, really, for anyone.
15 people that was.
So it was done without too much pushing. There wasn't much of a sort of lead up to it.
I made it clear.
We had to push Master Gas a little bit.
When you come on Wednesday, if you come on Wednesday, you do not have to donate. By the way, it's optional. You can still put your score down, and you will still be within a chance of winning that money to donate for free.
See, what I was going to say is we always talk about confidence building measures between the two communities in Cyprus. Why don't we try to make a habit of collecting money through these lives, if we can, place them into a pot so that we can actually donate it to either organisations in Cyprus or actually pinpoint groups of people that we can help to build those confidence, to build that confidence. So if it is 400 euros that we're going to donate to a group of Cypriot teenagers who want to walk halfway around the island to highlight, the peace between the people, maybe that's what we could do.
Yeah, yeah.
It
just
we're
gets tricky
sitting
though,
here
doesn't
on
it?
these
I
I
lives
just
talking
said,
about.
can we not buy a donkey? And they travel across, and they told me they found out it's $2,500 for a donkey. I was like, yeah, we're gonna give that one a miss.
No, I'm just going to reiterate. Escape, I think that's a good idea, but it just gets complicated. Who holds the
Yeah, I
money? How do
suppose
you
so.
distribute it? It would be a good sentiment, but money in charity, like Jan said, I don't want to be in that position.
We
No,
like
I
to
agree
keep
with
it
Do you
more
know what as
simple.
well? I weren't even going to do it. Yeah, I weren't down for the bet, and then they were saying charities, and I'm not really one that really trusts a lot of charities and that. And then when I sort of sat back and I'm in the group and I'm listening, I'm going, hold on, like this is all of us. It was about the togetherness of it. It meant more to me than anything, and the fact that money went to somewhere, massive like a child's charity was even better. But it's the confidence measures that we even build amongst ourselves, which I think is great. I got to be
Look,
honest.
that's a
that
good
last
point.
one
Yeah.
was brilliant. The second one that I was going to do, I was going to take no donations. I was just going to put 20 quid up to keep people there to the end to see if they've won, and then I was going to send them the 20 quid, or they could pick the charity and I'll go on there and I'll make a £20 donation in their name. But I've had so many people inbox me, and wherever they see me on a live, they say, I want to match you, I want to match you, I want to do a donation, I want to do a donation. But I'm in the middle because the thing is, I don't want anyone to feel pressured to redonate. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what
You
people's
haven't got to though.
situation is. So
Alex,
what I'm gonna,
everyone is grown up here. If they
yeah, I
want to
don't know. I'm a
donate,
bit
just
thing
let
like
them
that.
do
I
it.
think we all got excited. It was the first time. The way you look, I just thought everyone was putting in 20s, man. But obviously, everyone's got it. But even if everyone puts a 5 or a 10 each, end of the day, when you go out to eat, it's a fucking. You go to KFC, it's a
You know
fucking
what you
tenner.
do this
So
time? You know what you do this time? You don't say how much anyone puts in. That's what you do.
Yeah, okay. I'll
Okay?
keep it private.
Yeah?
I'll
Because
keep it
otherwise
private.
it's like
but then again, I do think we should have
an
like
old school
every couple of
traditional
months.
wedding, innit?
We'll keep
Every
it.
couple of
We'll
months, we
keep
should
it
We need
do
someone
private.
do
rich
a
like
big one.
Andy to come along.
We'll keep it private. I'll pin the details onto the screen so people got the account number and sort code. And what I'll do is I'll put a message in the top left as the reference. Put in your TikTok name, and then I know who it's come from.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Everyone's got a fiver at least, man. Come on, everyone's got a fiver for
Not
God's sake.
everyone, bro. Not everyone.
But listen, I
Some
don't want to
people,
make a habit of this. I'm
yeah,
going to
some
just do it
people
for
are
the
struggling.
England games. I'm going to do it for the next England game, and then obviously if they progress to the final, then I'll do it for that, and then that's going to be my lot for this.
See you there, mate. Definitely.
And I think every couple of months we should do a big one where everyone tries to go a bit all, like maybe like a 24-hour live or something. See how
What
I
you
like
do,
that
bruv?
idea though.
I'll tell you
Escape
what
said
else.
the donate for the bicommunal fund, something like this. Something that we can put towards not a solution, but just to help.
You know what?
Both
Let's
Greeks
see
and
how
Turks.
these next two go soft, and we can maybe butt our heads together and figure out a co-host live where we're doing something. Because you've got to have an incentive to raise the money.
I think
We've got to think of
this is
something.
good for the World Cup, but I think in the future we need to present the cause to people. Like this is the charity we're raising money for. Like
I think we should try and find a joint cause that does
Yeah.
TCs
Yeah.
Yeah.
and send the money
And
there.
then wherever money's raised, it goes straight to that charity at the end of
I
the
think
live.
there's a lot of talk
literally.
about thalassemia tonight, and I think that's something
Oh,
both
that's-
Greeks and Turks are
And he's not
obviously
still
quite.
arguing in the
That's a
comments,
great
bro.
point, babe.
Oh
Dad
man,
was a carrier
I
of
asked Soft to
thalassemia.
mute him, man. He's still going on this.
And they still
Where is he?
arguing.
He's still crying in the comment section.
Does that mean my dad was an inbred because he was a carrier of thalassemia?
You know, I need to ask Peg a question because I think me and Peg are from the same village, and she said that her cousins were.
But she got
Probably
just
I need to ask her what village she's from.
I mean, what was the discussion about thalassemia?
He basically said that, well, it was
They're all
implied.
inbred, and that's where
Thalassemia,
it came from, basically.
yeah, thalassemia was a result of inbreeding indirectly, maybe somehow, is what we
Maybe.
had.
I mean, it is very prominent, amongst the Cypriot community, unfortunately. I know many people who have thalassemia.
Listen, even I had to get tested when I married my missus.
Yeah. In fact, it's almost obligatory in North Cyprus anyway that two couples are tested before they get married.
I think it's a Mediterranean thing, isn't it?
Every Cypriot child, every Cypriot island, everyone's been tested for thalassemia.
Yeah.
So I knew my dad was a carrier. He didn't have it, but he was a carrier, so I had to get tested. And once you know you're okay,
let's see if Peg's related to Soph.
Yeah, Peg, what village were you talking about?
Can I just add one more thing?
It wasn't Garava. It wasn't Garava. But what it is what they never used to marry third or second cousins. It's just the villages were so small that the gene pool wouldn't change for hundreds of years. That's what it was. And the thalassemia comes across because, like someone says, if you've got X amount of carriers in the village and you're marrying back into it, you're just aggravating the situation.
You've got to be a carrier.
Yeah, because if you're only marrying within the same village, okay, and let's say half of them are carriers, back in those days they didn't know anything about it, and you're marrying another carrier, then you're just breeding more. It just got so out of control. That's why they passed the law, didn't they, where you had to have a test before getting married. I mean, now they've changed the law now in Cyprus. I think you can marry second cousins, I think.
Oh my God.
Because
second cousins is legal all over the world, guys.
Yeah.
That's legal all over the world.
But it's
Can I just
never-
add something?
That's
You know-
mad in my ass, mate.
You know, on the live on Wednesday, again, you don't have to donate to put your score. And then you can also donate yourself. You don't have to send the money to me to put it into the final pot for the winner. You could just donate directly yourself if you don't want to share your details and whatnot. Sorry, I just wanted to add that as well. Apologies.
No worries, bro. We will go.
Who's married to second cousins here and first cousins, you bloody inbreds?
That's what we would.
Definitely not me.
They used to, though.
Imagine
No.
your village was like half that, and you're saying we have to marry from outside the village, but all the other villages are going, don't marry from that village. They're all infected.
But you know what?
No, they
That's true,
wouldn't.
Eddie.
They
That would
wouldn't.
crush the whole village, wouldn't it?
They
You'd have no
weren't
choice but to
allowed.
marry inside the
You're
village.
only allowed to marry third cousins or further.
Oh, in the north, that doesn't matter. You can marry first in the north. There's no there's
I
no
think
laws.
because the gene pool wasn't changing, if you see what I'm saying, because there
Hey,
was.
do you know how they get around that in the north? Generally, so for
Yeah.
example,
This is what I was trying to
my
say
mum's
earlier.
village, Kaleborno, Galeniborni, they would normally go to the next closest village. So a lot of our like enishtes, uncles would come from, say, Kurova or like Boltashlı. Like literally the villages down the road. Most of our uncles will come from there, our aunties, so to speak.
Well, like I said, when my mum was going to get married, there were only 3 options in the village that were third cousins. Everyone else was too close for her to marry, and they actually went for my dad because a Yemenmaz. That's the way they put
Yeah,
it. It's
love.
of our blood, all right, because they were related 4 ways from all 4 of my grandparents' third cousins, and they actually preferred that she married someone that was from their blood, which is
That's
to
a
us
whole
it sounds really.
That's a whole different dynamic, though. Third cousins from every angle. That's a completely. That's like more than a third cousin. If you, well, I know technically.
Yeah, all 4 of my grandparents were related to each other.
Mm.
So there was.
That's what it's like in small villages, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
To this day, like I said, to this day, I still know. All right, second cousins that's died out, but I know lots of third cousin marriages, Greek Cypriots.
Well, third cousins is not a bad thing, like I said, but when you
third
think
cousins
the
from all
gene pool-
ways.
when you think the gene pool is so small and those people have been intermarrying for hundreds of years, then there's a problem.
That's interesting, Peg. Was this village in the south or north? Yeah, it's in the south.
No, it was in the north, in Karina.
Oh, it was in the north. Sorry, my
No,
bad.
from Logrea in Karina, yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, but Mihaly, he wasn't talking about it to shine light on it,
I
or he was
wasn't
talking
I
about
was
it.
only agreeing with that part of it,
Yeah,
not the rest of what he was
he
saying.
was coming at it from a point of ridicule, saying my Cypriot
Yeah,
blood's
everything
pure.
else he said was crap. So
Yeah.
he was racist at the end of the day.
How you been, the Peg? Anyway, you good?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah,
Good.
got an early night. I finish early on Wednesday, so I'll be there.
All right, yeah. Just whoever, yeah, come.
I work late in the day, man.
We all watched the game together as well, obviously. With
I missed the game.
Oh, Eddie, you can't be doing that to me, bro. Come on, man. I need you there, bro. I need you on that panel, man.
Missing that, man.
All right, guys, I'm off.
Good night, bro.
Come on, Ed. Fuck the gym off.
Nah.
3
Come on, see you
lines,
later,
bro. Come on, Red.
Come on, start another topic, someone. Let's get the party started. Let's get started in here.
You know, there's a lot. When I started off the live, I was talking about how the EU has got a new envoy now. I don't know if that's ever happened before. Like,
Oh, really? I never knew that.
the EU, yeah. So I think it was announced yesterday or today that the EU have got an envoy
This
special.
this is the second one, so
Well, the EU.
yeah.
I know the UN has it, and also there's talk
There
about
was
Cyprus
EU
joining.
representative. But
Yeah,
he wouldn't get
representative.
invite anywhere, so he said he's got better things to do and resign.
Yeah, but a special envoy is a bit, I guess, a bit more.
Exactly
forward.
the same thing. So they replaced him with this guy.
What about that thing in the news about joining NATO? Cyprus joining NATO.
It's nothing happening. UN is not letting any information out. Whatever is coming from the newspapers, the Greek side, and I think Independent come out with some stories as well. But no one knows what the truth is. All they said was they having a discussion about a subject that hasn't been discussed before. Loose federation. That's it. And the reason for that is each time they put information out, it gets leaked by Greek Cypriots.
That's
Now
a good
that-
question in the comments, actually. Who invented halloumi, Ken? Or Hellim?
Oh, don't start that.
The Assyrians. From Cyprus, that's all that matters.
Who
Cypriot, that's all that
invented
matters.
it?
It's not true. It's not true. The
What we can
Egyptians had
all agree
halloumi
on, though,
before
it was
the
definitely
Cypriots
from an
did.
inbred.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
for
yeah,
The
sure.
yeah.
Egyptians had it.
Well, it's trademarked to just how Feta's trademarked to Greece. Halloumi's trademarked to Cyprus.
Cyprus.
So
That's
Yeah,
true.
so.
That's true. That is true.
there's got to be some reason that they managed to trademark it.
Oh, who's that? Khan, yeah? What's happening?
Yeah, Yaga.
What's happening? Yaga.
Well, go on.
What's happening?
Yeah, a lot of our food culture comes from the Assyrians, the Gubes. You arguing, is it Turkish or is it Greek? Well, it was
Did
there
anyone
before us.
see? Oh, did two
My
GCs
dad
get
always
arrested
used
in
to
the
say,
north today? Sorry, I just
Yeah,
interrupted
yeah.
someone.
no,
I
go
just
on,
read
Andy.
it in the comments. I had no idea. Anyone
Yeah.
know about that?
Yeah, apparently the same thing as before. They when they went through, their paperwork didn't go through properly, and apparently they went into a military zone.
Again, a military zone.
Exactly the same. The
Well,
paperwork wasn't done properly at the border. I don't know how again, and apparently they went through a military zone.
I'm sure this time, Peg, it will be dealt with a bit more common sense this
Yeah,
time.
but that's a bit different this time. Last time they was arguing that they went to view a land which was a military site. This one saying the border is deemed a military zone, right? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I think that I read somewhere. I don't know because I don't know. All right, I haven't passed through in nearly 20 years, so I don't know. But apparently, the crossing they went through, that whole area after, is apparently a military zone. I don't know what border they crossed over. Is there a place like that?
Not that I know of.
No, not that I know of.
You drive through a military zone? I don't know. I don't think there's enough information about it to come out to really.
I think technically all of it is a military zone when you cross over, because there's a
Yeah.
UN part there as you cross over.
That's what I was trying to say, though, Soph. I mean, if they're deeming that as the military zone, it's different to what happened before, isn't it? Before they were saying they were on the north and they were taking pictures of a military. That's what they were saying before.
But to
Wasn't
be
it?
honest with you, why I get it. There has to be rules and regulation and boundaries and whatnot, but you just assess it on its merits. If they're legit got like the property near enough where they're at, all right, they might have crossed into a place they shouldn't be. But if this story stacks up there and then, like, look, that's my house. Look, there's my paper. I've come to see it. Blah blah blah. I apologize. Common sense. Be on your way. Done. Don't have to make a big deal about it because in this day and
I think
age,
that was a PR stunt, though, Alex.
in this
wasn't
day and
it?
age, you've got satellites fucking coming out of the arseholes. You can fucking see a pinprick from a camera now. Like, if someone's gonna spy, they're not gonna fucking spy that way. If they want to see what's in that militarized area, they will know. The ROC will know,
I
and the
think
North will know.
what worries me, Alex, is the closer we come to a solution, the more we're going to hear these things happen. And
Yeah, and I
all
don't
it
want to
takes
hear
is
them
one.
happening.
All it takes is one to really, you know.
Yeah, I don't like it when it
U-turn.
happens. It didn't go well last time, and I hope this time common sense prevails. Look, I'm not saying that there's no rules, regulations. Despite what you think of the divide, it is divided, and there are different rules on both sides. And I just hope this time round common sense prevails, and it's not like people thrown in prison for 5 months over
I
stupidness.
think they're in court very quickly. I think they're in court in a matter of days.
But look, Peg, I will reiterate, yeah, even if you're a Turkish Cypriot and you cross into the no man's land, they will treat you exactly the same.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
know
that's true though.
I can tell you that for nothing. I know people who have gone into that zone to go hunting and have been arrested. They were kept in a military police station and then brought to the military court, and then the judge gave them their fine or whatever, 5 days inside, and released.
Well, they have to go. They have to go through the process. I just don't know enough about. I'm just saying what I read, and I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you. But yeah, it has to go through the process. You can't just let anyone walk through, can you?
No, of course.
But
Well, let's see what happens. I'll keep track of that. I'm gonna look into it when I get off here. Keep track of it.
It's gone.
Oh, there we go.
Mary said
Mary's just
arrested
put in.
yesterday during
Yeah.
court today. I wonder what they got. Mary, can you see if anything's come out from what they got today in court? Because normally they'll either get dealt with there and then, or they ask for more time and then they hold them for 5 days or 8 days or whatever it is. It's the same in the south.
And failing to comply with the legal entry procedures. But I think as well, Mary, it mentioned being in a military zone again.
Oh, there you go. They have been remanded for 3 days. Okay, yeah, that's normal. That's how it is. So what they'll do in that 3 days is they'll go and do their investigations to see if everything tallies up with why they were there. So if they said that they were there because they owned land there or something, they will check that out, and then obviously that would go in their favour because then clearly they know they're not there for espionage. But I still don't agree with the 3 days, but it's the process. Seeing as we're on this subject about arrests, has anyone got any updates on the 4 lads that have been held in the south?
No.
Because I know they got 4, 5, 8 days, I think it was, to give police time to investigate. Any updates? Anything come out about those 4? Okay.
Guy doing? Is he recovering well?
He's still in a coma.
Thing, have they? Let me look it up.
Last one I checked yesterday, he was still in a coma.
Pray he makes a speedy recovery. Ooh.
Don't you speak at once?
Yeah, I've done enough talking tonight.
They entered from Birkos.
Yes, and
Arrested
they got.
Astromerides.
Yeah, George Jason just put it in the comments.
Yeah, that's what I was reading.
Yeah, good point from Panop. I don't know, mate. Erkuman, how's he getting on?
He's doing well. He was discharged the same evening. He's doing well. I think it was just exhaustion from the heat.
Oh, it's 3, not 2.
No, that's should be 4. No,
Oh, that's for the okay.
the south.
Oh, yeah.
they've got the main culprit that punched the guy in the face. That because apparently, from what I've read, it was a punch, and he landed on the floor
Yeah.
and hit the pavement, and the other three shitheads, being 18, obviously weighed in with their feet. But the main culprit, the one that landed the blow, he was the one that was trying to escape from Larnaca.
Oh, right, okay.
And he's on CCTV actually doing it. They've got the actual footage of him. So he's going to get his charges actually. Well, what he got arrested for was more severe than the other three, from what I read. That's why you don't go around punching people, because you don't know
Don't do
how
you?
people are going to react. I mean, it could be half a punch that could literally unalive someone. It could be the full.
I know 2 people that's got birded off for that, mate.
See?
Literally went up to a girl, guy, sorry, he was, beating on his girl, grabbed him, hit him, accuser fell, hit his head on the curb, never woke up. He ended up doing 15 years.
Yeah, that's the biggest worry.
15 for that?
Well, he got a life in it and then got 15, yeah.
Even though the man was attacking his woman?
That's what I said the other day, bro. There's any unaliving of any kind, there's no winners in that court case. And I don't mean it in a moral sense. I mean it as in, there's someone who's lost someone who wants to see someone punished regardless of what the scenario was. And then there's the other one who's like, he was in the right to do what he's doing. Don't send him down for too long, regardless of what it was. There's no winners. It's just awful.
Everyone lost.
The number one rule: never hit a man when he's down. So if you get into a fight and one of your mates knocks someone out, don't all go and stamp on him, because that is what I have seen in the past can cause a lot of fucking problems, mate. Young boys fueled on alcohol, one of their mates knocks someone out, and then 5 to 10 of them start stamping on the geezer.
I know another guy, he done 5, but he got into a fight in a club, someone bottled him, he bottled them, they never got up. He ended up doing 5, he got 10 and done 5.
Wow.
Makes you think twice about getting into these little straighteners, innit? Because it's not worth it. When you think about it, you have a straightener, they don't get back up again, your kids go fatherless.
The worst one is the random
risk.
ones.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. What's a 47-year-old doing arguing? That's what Mary was saying. What are the 18-year-olds doing, attacking a 47-year-old? I mean, God knows what they were arguing about.
18-year-olds are 18, and
It's a different world nowadays. You don't put your hands on anyone nowadays. We're not living in that type of world anymore. You don't put your hands on anybody, whether you're drunk or whatever you are. But when you're young and your testosterone's flowing,
I love it.
Just resort to violence.
I blame Soph.
I was about to say Ayia Napa is the most dangerous place in Cyprus as well. So
is it? In the whole of the
Yeah,
south, they deem
bad.
that that's dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
That's
terrible.
probably the most dangerous, I'd say. Yeah, because everyone's drunk. There's obviously a lot of gangs there.
Of course.
I know loads of stories of stabbings and
there's a lot of gang
Well,
war
wouldn't
there.
that be the same across the board? So, like, I guess in Crete it'd be Malia, and in Rhodes it'll be Falaraki, right? So, I imagine because of the tourism that comes in, all out of their faces.
Yeah, it's tourism. The clubs, like most people who own clubs are.
You know when it
in a
started getting bad,
different
though,
game.
so it started getting bad in 2004 onwards. 2004 onwards, it started getting bad. It peaked mainly in 2016, 2017 as well. It was when all that Dizzy Rascal stuff started to come out.
You know why though,
That's when it
Alex?
happened.
Before that, before Cyprus was in the EU, you got into a fight in Ayia Napa, mate. The police were taking you to the fucking station and sticking the box.
It was all when grime
And then,
hit
Mike,
the
they will
scene.
beat you before they take you to the station.
They
In
would
the old
beat
days,
mate.
it was the British Army, and they stopped them going into Napa. Every time they were on leave, they used to start trouble.
And then as soon as grime came out with
Yeah,
Dizzy Rascal, it was all the little young
And they used to
grime
go with
groups.
guns, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I was out there that
Peg.
year, man. I was out there that year as well.
Yeah. And my Andrew goes, he survived Napa and came back, he used to work there, And the first week he came back to England, he was in a pub over here and tried to stop a fight between his friend and someone else. This bloke just bit him and bit his lip off.
Wow, imagine that.
Yeah. He goes, I survived 6 months working in Napa and I've come back in a week. He got attacked over here.
That is mad.
That's how his lip stitched back on.
I had a friend of mine there was in Malia over in Crete, and he rented out one of those mopeds, and he must have been with a lady after the club and whatever, and then in the 8 in the morning he decided to go out for a ride through the mountainous views, and he must have still been drunk. Had a crash, quite a bad one, ended up in hospital. You know, he was really in bad way. And when he finally got out of the hospital about a week later, he's gone to the moped shop to say, look, I'm sorry, like, this is what happened, you know, but the insurance should cover it. The geezer weren't having it. He said, no, give me your passport. He was like, no, I'm not giving you my passport. And he kept saying, give me your passport. And he was whacking him, proper beating him. My friend's English, yeah? And he's proper beating him. And he can't speak Greek, innit? Like, I don't know. So while he's hitting him, he's saying stop in Greek, but to him, he's saying "efarasto." That's what he's saying. So this man's beating him. This man was beating him, and he kept on going "efarasto, efarasto, efarasto." Like, so this man must have thought this geezer's fucking nuts, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? And in the end, like, he ran outside and waved down. A policeman was there, luckily, and, you know, got the guy off him, put him in a cab and said, he can't do that to you. Do you know what I mean? And the policeman did look after him, actually, and said, you know, they got insurance for things like this. But yeah, I will never forget that story. He took a beating and was thanking him for it, mate. No way.
I must be so confused.
He'll probably never forget that story himself, that geezer. I remember I was beating someone and he just kept saying thank you the whole time. Yeah. Crazy guy. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, you look back, it's amazing people survived their teenage years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different times, isn't it? What was going on?
What's this dancing stuff in the comments? What's this? Okay,
Get a little Cyprus.
go on
thing
there.
going
We'll
for a little
keep
bit.
it going till midnight if you don't want.
You know what's
Come on,
mad?
boys.
I'm just sitting here doing paperwork. I just took a 5-minute break and heard the Bronze Age, and I got caught up in it. I shouldn't even be here still.
Are you still doing paperwork?
Bro, my paperwork.
Let AI do it for you, man.
We need
Well,
Escape up here to give us the latest on the geopolitics of the region.
I got Claude on standby, bro, but
Yeah.
we're still messing with him at the minute. Anthropics and all that. Anthropic, whatever it's called.
Anthropic, yeah.
That's the one, yeah. Fucking powerhouse, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's getting there.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot now. I think everything's just out of control. So
It just made ChatGPT look stupid, to be honest with you. It just made it look like something you play with for fun. Do you know what I mean?
It depends what you're doing. If you're coding, Claude is good, but also ChatGPT's just brought something out recently as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 5.6. I think that's just as good.
Is it? Interesting. We've got it all, man. We pay for the lot of it. Me, my other guy, we got the lot on the business. We use all of it. They do more of the things. I'm just doing the accounting, bro.
Yeah.
I'm old school though. The other day, ChatGPT was getting maths wrong. What does that tell you, bro? It gets a bit dizzy, doesn't it? Like if you keep the thread going for too long, it starts losing track of things.
It's a business and it costs a lot of money to run AI as well. So they tend to get less reliable.
Cyprus, Hade, what's going on in the region with the geopolitics that relating to Cyprus? Come on, we've got 25 minutes to get our little Cyprus fix.
Go on, Alex. Give us a
Come on,
little start.
spark something off. You always got something to spark.
Oh, I'll tell you what, boys and girls, I'm tired tonight, but
Come on, you're like fucking Wikipedia of the fucking politics of the fucking Middle East and fucking Mediterranean.
Soft mentioned something about an EU minister that has been elected.
Envoy,
yeah. Now, the Turkish Cypriot side are not happy with it. Not so much because of the particular person they've elected, but because the Turkish Cypriot side always felt that, you know, the ROC should not have been accepted into Europe without the Turkish Cypriots, you know.
And
it's
impartial, no? Anything to do with that movement is impartial, surely.
Well, they don't. Well, this is exactly the point. That's a key word. The Turkish Cypriot government does not believe the EU is impartial. It believes that the EU favours the Republic of Cyprus, and I think they've got a good point around that. Remember, the EU is not the UN. Two different bodies. So the UN may be more impartial.
And I just
the EU probably isn't.
But you know, when them reports always get put in, I don't like the way that they're. Who was the last? Was it Hogan who wrote the last one? I think she was very. I think she wasn't very balanced in her report. If I'm honest with you, wasn't very balanced. It was
Is that the
very,
EU one or the UN report?
It was the
UN.
To be honest with you, both.
Yeah,
I thought both were bullshit, to be honest with you. I don't think both reflected it fairly. And that's just my opinion from when I read them and they were being reported in the media at the time.
Well, I
So
think this is the
agree.
problem. I mean, when we talk about geopolitics, I mean, Turkey's been questioned many times, and depending on what side of the fence you sit on, you know, they still question Turkey today, even after the NATO summit. Some, like Israel, will question Turkey's commitment. But if you have a look, for example, today, the Friends of Ukraine, or that there's a group that was set up by the UK and France, a group of countries that are supporting Ukraine. Okay. Now, Turkey's one of them, but Erdogan has never attended this forum. He sends Hakan Fidan, the foreign secretary. Why? Because he wants to be impartial. Maybe they play good cop, bad cop, but he wants to be able to stand in front of Putin one day and say, hey, I never attended that event. My delegates did, my colleagues did, but I stayed impartial because I can sit in front of you and do a deal. And I think that applies to Cyprus. I mean, we need some people involved that are impartial. Obviously, Turkey's announced this new gas pipeline between Turkey and Cyprus. The European has called that out recently, and has asked Turkey to respect the Republic of Cyprus's sovereignty. So again, just a reminder, the EU recognises and believes that the Republic of Cyprus government controls the entirety of the island. Irrelevant to what's happening on the north, irrelevant to the Turkish Cypriots in the north, they believe the Republic of Cyprus government controls the entire island. That's not the reality on the ground, but this is where we are. And it's this issue where the Turkish Cypriots feel there's a lack of impartiality.
Well, then it doesn't support a BBF, then, does it?
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't support a BBF if you already say one government controls your island. So are you sure that that's the truth? Because that's a bit mad.
Well, that's how it's been for a long time.
No, I get that, but I'm saying just like
Escape. If the Greeks weren't, if the ROC wasn't such a backdoor for Europeans to control Cyprus, why would the Greeks even be invested in not having their own version of the TRNC? They could have done it a long time ago. They could have had the South Greek Republic or whatever, like, will say we got TRNC. They could have their version. Why haven't they done that? Because they know that they will lose support from Europe, and really, Europe's support is what they rely on. So that relationship with Europe and the ROC, or in brackets, the Greek side, yeah, is always going to be there. It's like it's standard. For anyone to try to argue against it, that they don't get unfair favoritism and there is no impartiality, that you got no clue what you're talking about. To quote Ken North.
So the thing is, yeah, I understand, but what people forget, and the Cyprus issue gets conflated a lot of the times, and, you know, everyone just throws all of the issues into one sort of hat and pulls out the answer. But we all know that that community lived together on the island for many, many years under Ottoman, rule, if you like, if you want to use the word rule, and then they lived together for a long enough period of time under British rule. But when the Republic of Cyprus was formed, the idea of Enosis, which come about many years before the forming of the Republic of Cyprus, it created unfortunately opened up a can of worms, and it planted seeds that grew later on the whole Enosis movement. Because what happened is the Turkish Cypriots' rights within the ROC begun to be diminished. We know about some of the changes that were made to the constitution. We know about again the diminishing rights of the Turkish Cypriots, and that's really what that was a catalyst for the Turkish Cypriots to sort of get up and leave the ROC government, you know? So it wasn't, so the ROC was founded in unity.
That is the purpose of democracy. If you look at, for example, like I keep mentioning in America, right? The party that was in charge of slavery, to carry slavery, was the Democrats. It wasn't the Republicans, right? It was the Democrats. That democracy is always going to marginalize the minorities. That's the whole purpose of it, to let the majority rule over everybody else. Like they've got this God-given right just because they've got more numbers. That's what democracy does, right? That's why you see a lot of like comments in those like posts on TikTok. A lot of Greek Cypriots argue that point. They say, "Oh, it should be one man, one vote." Like, bless him, Cypriot Donkey always says it should be one man, one vote. That's democracy. And I'm saying, but why is democracy the standard? Why are we going by your version of democracy? Because it favors you, innit?
Yeah,
like
is it. It's a version of democracy. Yeah,
exactly. So really, if you're going to have minorities, you got to have what's it called?
Safeguards.
You got to have checks and balances, and you got to have like protected statuses, right? So when a minority is awarded a protected status, right?
The established Turkish Cypriots won't accept no minority status.
Exactly.
Political equality. It's no one superior than the other. As soon as people get their head around that, then we'll have some sort of a solution. That's it. Simple. It's got to be a central government that's fair and balanced. Or you might as well leave it the way it is. Not that I want it to be left the way it is, but it's not going to happen. It's got to be that. And I think a lot of Greek Cypriots need to get their head around that, because there's not going to be no protected minority. There's going to be no 60, 40, 30, 70. That's out the way. That's gone. That's long gone.
Just on the whole geopolitics thing.
By the way, Carl.
Yeah, no, Alex. Just on the old geopolitics thing. Something that happened on the sidelines of the NATO summit, which wasn't reported in the general press, was that the UK and Turkey, or Turkey as we know it now, signed the new partnership deal around security and defence. So we don't know the full extent and what this deal encompasses, but basically it's a much deeper deal that covers things like politico-military aspects of security and defence. I mean, that's really interesting. Politico-military. Yeah.
What about land? Yeah, definitely. Land will obviously have to be shifted back, and that's already been mentioned in the Crans Montana. Mustafa Akinci gave up quite a percentage of land. I think the Turkish Cypriots agreed to reduce their section of the BBF down to about 28.1%, or maybe even less. I think it might have been 27 point something. So yeah, in terms of mindset, in terms of how it's going to be run, political equality, no one supersedes anyone. But in terms of the land, that I agree, that would need to be settled where a percentage will go back to the ROC or the Greek people that lost, or they will be more compensated, if that makes sense. If that answers your question, Love Jan. Sorry, Escape, I had to answer that, because I didn't want them to get the wrong end of the stick that I'm just saying 50-50 and then forget all the rest. Do you know what I mean? Of course, it's not that.
I mean, Turkish Cypriots have been open to sort of negotiating on the land for some time. I don't think that's a
Well,
stumbling block
we
for
don't know
us.
if it's going to be compensation or restitutions. They never revealed that. I mean, who knows? I think it's going to be a combination of both. Because obviously some of the land has been developed on. And I'll give you an example, and I'm not pushing back here to the ROC, but there's Larnaca Airport built on Turkish Cypriot land. Paphos Airport built on Turkish Cypriot land. I can't see that being handed back to those owners. So on that argument's sake, I'd say it's going to be a bit of both, bit of compensation.
Oh, Alex, imagine you own that land. Imagine you own the land.
Oh, imagine.
You'd be minted, proper minted.
See, one of the things in the Annan plan was this point around territorial adjustments. So rather than allowing Greek Cypriots to move back en masse into Turkish Cypriot towns, the UN at the time, they redrew the borders, and the plan proposed returning about 9% of the island's territory, including areas like Varosha and Ormorfor, to the Greek Cypriot state. I think at the time they calculated that there was roughly 120,000 Greek Cypriot refugees who would be allowed to return to their homes under their own government. So basically they would hand over 9% of this territory to the Greek Cypriot government and allow 120,000 people to return and live within those areas. Okay. So in essence, it would mean that they would, although they'd be moving to the north, they wouldn't be moving into or populating
CRNC.
Turkish Cypriot land.
Yeah, they'll have enclaves. They'll have their enclaves.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I mean, again, you know, we're creating enclaves again, aren't we, with these plans? I suppose, but I think it allows for a balance, you know, and I think this is there was a lot of the Annan plan that was positive.
I think it gives people an option. They're not forced to go there. That's the difference. They're not being forced to go there. So it will be optional whether they want to move there. That's the difference. Because like I said earlier, we need to do everything we can to get it right this time and not like the 60s. So for example, when the 1960s constitution was signed, at the time, okay, I can see why we took minority status and vice presidency, but clearly it did not work. And that needs to be changed this time round. And then again, with this whole property issue, we have to be very careful in the way we tackle it, because we do not want anything to spoil it. You know, we can't afford that.
Alex, there was another thing. I mean, obviously, I'm just paraphrasing. I'm reading from the internet now because I'm not an encyclopedia. But one of the reasons the Greek Cypriots disliked and voted no to the Annan plan at the time, and in particular these territorial adjustments, is that they felt there was an issue of principle. So they wanted the freedom of movement. They wanted to buy property anywhere within what they feel is their country. And they felt, you know, restricting someone
that got
to certain
sorted,
areas.
though, in 2017, didn't it? Because under the plan that they discussed in Crans-Montana, and Panop, you're here, you can correct me if I'm wrong, there was a period that Greek Cypriots couldn't develop in the Turkish part of the BBF just to allow it to catch up. I don't know what the time period was. It might have even been 20 years. I'm not sure. Panop would know the answer to this. But there were things interjected into that deal that would safeguard Turkish Cypriots in that area and allow it to catch up. I don't know what they mean by catch up, but...
Well, I know there was something around property acquisition. So to prevent wealthy Greek Cypriots or large corporations buying up land in the north, the Annan plan at the time restricted or placed strict limits on property ownership. So apparently for at least 15 years or until Turkey joined the European Union, which is interesting because I don't know how Turkey joining the European Union makes any difference to Cyprus and the land that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But for at least 15 years, the Turkish Cypriot state was legally permitted to ban or restrict Greek Cypriots from buying property. Even after 15 years, the local northern government retained the right to step in and freeze property sales if Greek Cypriots acquired more than 1/3, 33% of the total land. In essence, and listen, guys, I mean, I know it's about equality, but the Turkish Cypriots and now the Greek Cypriots are starting to become less and less. They're becoming a minority within their own island, and these safeguards they protect the people for years to come. You know, what you don't want is large corporations or really rich people from either side coming along and buying large swathes of land and placing restrictions and changing a demographic. You know.
Yeah, no, I agree. But not everyone's going to agree, Escape.
No,
People are going to see it as a negative because some people feel like they're losing out or they're being stopped or it doesn't feel
That's it.
like a
They're all about
solution.
principles, isn't it? Yeah.
But we need to do it because it's better than the current status quo. Wouldn't you agree?
Listen, I've always said, and I'm more vocal now. The Turkish Cypriots and the Greek Cypriots need to do a deal so that together they can safeguard their identity on that island. Because the Turkish Cypriots first will cease to exist within the next 60, 70, 80 years. Or become a very small minority. And the Greek Cypriots, guys, you know, there's not that much more of you. You know, if the Turkish Cypriots are 200,000, the Greek Cypriots are 500,000. Yeah, we're not a country of a big indigenous population, and we've got a lot of you know, different people coming from different countries who have much larger populations to us. We need to be mindful. You know, India, they've got a population of over 1 billion people. We're seeing in the north that there isn't a problem with Turkish settlers anymore. Turkish settlers are not coming to Cyprus. Young Turkish workers are not coming to Cyprus because they don't earn enough money in Cyprus anymore. There's a big enough tourism industry and a hospitality industry in Turkey for them to remain in Turkey. So northern Cyprus.
Escape. Also, you'll notice that as Turkish firms, huge like construction firms, are being used by Europe. Like in England, you're seeing a lot of them as well.
Yes.
Turkish people don't need to go to Cyprus. They come straight to England and they'll get it before the Cypriots.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're more better trained, they're more better educated.
Well, Khan, I was speaking to a quantity surveyor the other day here in the UK, and he was saying the Chinese buy heavily, but the Turks from mainland are buying up a lot of property in London. You know, over properties priced over 2.5 million. It's mainly Turks that are buying them. So yeah, Turkish corporations are moving into London too. North Cyprus is, you know, they're not interested in North Cyprus. What's happening in North Cyprus is, you know, with all due respect, we're having Filipinos, Bangladeshis, Indians, Pakistanis, Somalians, and of course, these are we love people from every walk of life, you know. But what's happening is these countries have a vast population in comparison to Turkish Cypriots and Cypriots, and we will, if we do not safeguard our identity and our culture and our language on that island, those indigenous peoples, Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots, will probably cease to exist in the next 100 years.
I think personally we should do like a Poland flex, man. I'm telling you, basically knock off everyone out, innit? One of them ones. You know what I mean? Personally.
Well, I mean, listen, it's a difficult one because, you know,
Why is it difficult though? Why is it difficult?
What was the exact Polish model though?
Well, the exact Polish model, I'm not saying follow them exactly, but their model is basically no migrants and basically, I think, no Muslims, basically. Obviously, no, but you get the point. What I'm trying to say.
I'm getting you, Lily. I'm getting you.
I don't. I don't believe that. I don't believe Poland would have done no Muslims. I mean,
they did. But you got to understand, like Lenny, you got to understand, like Poland can get away with that because geographically where they are, they can get away with that. Cyprus, you couldn't really have that same policy of like no immigration. Like, you couldn't really do it.
Well, guys, listen.
I'm not saying no
I will.
immigration. I'm just saying basically.
Look, I mean,
They
you
should, they
can't.
should have a percentage. No, wait. They should have a percentage that is allowed to be Cypriot on both sides. By the way, okay, Greek and Turkish Cypriot. When I say Cypriot, I mean everyone.
Yeah.
The Cypriot. Okay, and they should have a percentage of them people that are on the island. Anything more than that, okay, like anything over that needs to just go layers, basically.
Listen, you can't discriminate based on any sort of form really, whether it be religion or sex or color or ethnicity or race. But I mean, but what you can do, Lenny, is you can put safeguards in so that, you know, for example, the official language on the island, according to the constitution, is Turkish and Greek. You know, you can put safeguards in. We can safeguard our national dishes. We can safeguard our national music.
I agree. And
these are the types of things you can do.
The two main speaking languages will get prioritised jobs if it's allowed. I don't know, legally. So, for example, in government positions, it will go to Turkish Cypriot and Greek Cypriot.
You have to
Before
talk
it will
those
go to a
languages.
European or a foreign national, for example. I don't know. Is that allowed though, Escape? Is that legally allowed?
Well, yeah, within reason. I mean, it's like me going to
Escape,
work for the
do you
local
see that-
authority and I can't talk a word of English. I wouldn't
Do
be
you see
very
the
helpful,
irony?
would I?
Do you see the irony here, though, Escape? You see the irony that the form of democracy that the Greeks have pushed forward up until now, when it was Greeks versus Turks, benefited them. But that same version of democracy, one man, one vote, leave them open to in the future. Whoever moves to the island will just take over.
Well, this is it, and I think
So
the
there's
Greek
the irony.
Cypriots.
So the Greek Cypriots need to have what we have. They need to have the Greek Cypriot government that puts Greek Cypriots first. The same way we got a Turkish Cypriot government that puts Turkish Cypriots first, and then we need to have a higher level government where both sides can sit down and make deals that basically affect us internationally.
See, what it is, the Greek Cypriot side had a bit of a... Go on, Lenny.
The thing is, what Escape said, you can't discriminate or whatever. No, I think there's certain protocols in place that like, listen, fortunately or unfortunately, you should be able to, because.
But Lenny,
I'll tell you why.
you can't have that with one man, one vote. Lenny, if you have one man, one vote, and a bunch of Filipinos move to the island, they've got a big voting block where they can all vote together, like the Yahudis do in England. Like their strength is in their number. Do you get it? So that model democracy leaves you open to being infiltrated.
I'm not talking about no democracy. I think there should be a rule here. No, straight facts. Okay.
Thing is, right? We don't have the
layers, bro.
Go on. Yeah. What's that?
Lenny,
I'm just saying. Right now, it's a matter of survival.
You keep interrupting him.
Sorry.
No, what I'm saying is we don't have the luxury on either side. We don't have the labour force. Our people, you know, say what you like about them, but the Cypriots on both sides, they're people who aspire to be educated. They want an education. They want to prosper. They want to have good jobs. Ideally, they want to be doctors, accountants, solicitors. And like Panop said in the comments, we don't want to be picking strawberries in the fields, you know? So eventually, in order to fund our economies and to fund our retirement, we're going to need to tap into cheap labour. And when, you know, what does that mean? You know, does a Turkish Cypriot girl fall in love with her Nigerian lover? You know, or a Greek Cypriot, you know, and within 100 years, again, there's probably not going to be many of us left. So we need to try and safeguard our identity through the law.
Yeah, I mean, see, I'm more straight up, like literally, unless you're Cypriot, okay, you're late, isn't it? One of them ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we'll just deteriorate and all, Lenny, because I mean, look, the ROC has one benefit. It has the European Union that supports it, but that also means that you have to stick to, you know, various human rights laws and you know, and it does leave you more open rather than more but
Which
rather
is
than
the
being able to
irony.
place more
It's the irony.
restrictions. Yeah.
Because the Cypriot people is not that many people, and if we're going to break it down now to Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots, even so, the Turkish Cypriots there isn't many of them. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be like.
So
there's not many Greeks.
There's more
in
outside.
Greece.
There's more Cyprus outside of Cyprus.
Forget
isn't it?
Cyprus. There's not many Greeks in the world.
No, that's what I'm saying. So there's not many Greeks in the world, and if you basically almost half that, that's how much Turkish Cypriots have got. So the first of people that are going to go is Turkish Cypriots, and then literally, fucking a few years later, the Greek Cypriots are going to go. And then
Lenny, I don't agree with that argument because the Greek Cypriots is more open to immigration coming from countries like India. We're not. You're going to be overrun with immigrants that are more educated than you. We're not going to have that problem.
Do you know what?
I've got to close the live, boys. I'm literally falling asleep.
Nice one, man.
Thanks
All right,
for
guys.
having us.
Speak again.
So if I see you Wednesday, then yeah.
Yeah. See you there, bro.
Alright, mate. I'm gonna open one now anyway. How there? Fuck it.
See ya.
Oh,